Okay, so welcome to B Team Burning Sky. We're back, and like many days, we will start in the middle of battle. Let's just talk a little bit about what happened. So you guys, so last time, a lot of different things happened. You guys left the town of Sequin, and started making your way into or towards, in this case, the Bandu Hills, the Bandu Mountains, to go and visit Dugallo, and ultimately go to the city of Bresk, which is the capital city of Bandu and the home of King Steppengard. But on your way, a couple of things happened. One, you came across two, evidently orphaned Hobbit children, which you guys captured and eventually got the story out of, which is basically that they were essentially that Sargavans came to their village, Sargavan raiders, burned the place to the ground, stole everything, captured their either killed or captured everybody in there. They only just barely escaped into the nearby woods and grasslands, and they have been living off the land for a couple of 3 days now, and were
Oh,
hungry, frightened, dirty.
so so they must have watched that show too then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if they didn't have anybody from Alaska to come help them, they had to wait for you guys to come along. But
And I'm gonna correct you there. We didn't capture them, we befriended them.
captured, befriended, potato, you know how it goes. Enslaved, that kind of thing. So yeah, so then they had a story to tell. That basically they were like, look, Sargavans are deep raiding into the areas, and it burned down our village, captured everybody, either killed or captured them. The idea being that several of them probably would end up becoming slaves if they could, and basically just took everything of value and burnt the place, the remainder, to the ground. The meantime, you guys carried on your way and eventually came to the town of Cookham, where you had hopefully arranged to meet Lady Shalosha of the Elven Realms. And she indeed, along with her guys, did show up. You guys had an interesting conversation, and ascertained a couple of things. One, it was definitely Shalosha's intention to return to Sequin, for, at the very least, revenge on Vortbert, and his followers, and to retake the city. There was a great deal of conversation about the idea of that to do so, to hold that they should hold, that you were advising Shalosha and the elves to hold back from doing that, and she wasn't really having much of it, because ultimately she's it was an affront. She was like, look, the elves came to Sequin to help the people there, to help with the refugees, to keep them safe,
Enslaved.
and for our troubles we were murdered and our boats were sunk. And so she's definitely vengeance minded in that regard and doesn't trust Vortbert at all. And basically, between you guys and Balin, you convinced her to maybe advise her father to hold back, but for how long you couldn't do it. You also provided her a significant piece of information, and that was the existence of the Sargavan Fifth Corps, down below the Elidi Pass, and you essentially apprised her of what you and Balin were going to do, which was to try and convince the Bandu King Steppengard, that providing the Sargavans access to the Elidi Pass and allowing them to pass into the north behind the Elvish lines, and catch essentially Shaladel and the entire Elvish military force in a huge pincer movement, was not in either the elves or the non-Sargavans' best interest. That, however, is complicated by the fact that very recently King Steppengard's wife was killed by poison, along with
Several children.
13, 13 of his 20 children, including his heir apparent, the prince, who was all killed by, according to Lady Shalosha, killed by poison within the same 36 to 48-hour period. Which has made King Steppengard quite paranoid, and the city of Brusque right now is not a welcoming place to be, is what she basically would say, is what we hear. The elves of the plains and of the forests really, I mean, they have a tacit treaty with the dwarves of the Bandu, but dwarves and elves get along poorly on the best of days. And this particular treaty, probably the most significant tenet of it, is the unspoken one, which is the elves stay out of the mountains and the dwarves stay out of the plains. And that's how that treaty is essentially mandated. But they're worried. And once they heard about Five Core, and the potential, they were like, we gotta. I mean, she dispatched riders back to her father immediately to let him know this news, because they were not aware of that. And probably by the thing. So you did talk to her. You eventually convinced her to try and convince her father not to immediately attack Sequin. At the very least, the argument was, which I think, Mike, you made, which was the idea of, look, if we fight amongst ourselves, we're never going to be able to defeat the Sargavans. And while we understand your desire for vengeance,
now is not the time.
Now's not the time, and certainly not the place. So she didn't promise anything other than to say that she would talk to her father about it, and try to convince him of the that this was the right course of action. Now, she also said her father was a great warrior and a great leader of the elves of the plains, and has been for decades. But one thing that the man is not is a diplomat. And he's used to getting his way. And she's like, look, I'll talk to him, but I'm his eldest daughter, and she's Lady Shalosha, you divined from this conversation, is probably the heir apparent of Lord Shaladel. So ultimately, she would end up taking over the elves of the plains if he was killed, or what's the word I'm looking for? What's when a king sort of doesn't die but sort of says, I'm not going to be king anymore, you take over?
Abdicates.
Abdicates, that's right. I wanted to say capitulate, but that wasn't it. It's abdicates. So if he abdicates or dies, it would probably be Shalosha that takes over in his stead. So she said she would try to convince him, but she doesn't know if she can or not. And then you guys are like, okay, you spent the night in that town, and then left the next morning. The elves took the Hobbit children. They said, look, we've been collecting refugees, and the situation that they've described to you is not unheard of. There are she told you there are at least a half a dozen largish, and by largish she means between 20 and 30 people, raiding parties that are wandering around deep in the plains doing this kind of thing. She's a little bit surprised to hear that they were taking captives, because historically, I mean, if they're trying to enslave make captives and enslave them, how are they going to get them back to Eladir for sale? There's no way. I mean, they've got hundreds of leagues of space. They're not going to do that. So she seemed a bit dubious about the idea that they were taking captives, but was like, maybe they are, maybe they're not. What she wasn't going to do is start saying, oh, they probably slew them outright, or will slay or work them to death before the thing in front of the children. So that wasn't necessarily something she wanted to pop off about in front of those kids. So, but that was what you guys had envisioned. So you guys left the next morning, went up began getting up to the mountains, realized that it started to get chilly quite quickly as you guys ascended into the mountains. And you came to this pass, this road that you see here on screen. And what happened is you came upon a group of horsemen who had stopped and were having let's call it a discussion, with a group of hobbits that were obviously of the wagon, and it was a contentious discussion. And basically, once you sort of divined what was happening, essentially, the horsemen were from Brusque, and they had come out here, and they were trying to arrest a woman named Beckhoff, a halfling woman, and they were saying, "Look, give us her, and we'll take her back." And they were like, she's not guilty of what you think she's guilty of. You're just going to kill her, that kind of thing. And it was quite a contentious thing. At which point, one of the one of the horsemen basically reached into the wagon and said, "I've got her," pulled out a halfling woman, and basically looked like, from your guys' eyes, looked like he was going to just summarily execute her. He had he had a poniard in his hand. It was at her neck. You guys rushed in and said, "Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's not be too hasty." At which point, the woman pulls a knife of her own, tries to stab the guy, gets released, runs to the south, and all hell breaks loose. And then suddenly it becomes, instead of a loud and vociferous argument, it becomes a knifing fight. So, and that's when we rolled for initiative, and you guys have had a round of combat to going through, and that's where we are right now. Just so a couple of things: the blue square is a pit. Is Vondram has called in a pit. She got the guy, but not the horse. The horse is wandering around off to the left somewhere, and but the guy, one of the horsemen is in the pit, a dwarf in this case. Another thing you guys will remember that I believe it was Vondram who also did knowledge nobility and determined that the livery that the horsemen were wearing were King Steppengard's livery, representing that these guys were Steppengard's guys. Here, let me get him a thing real quick. So these are Steppengard's guys. You don't recognize the halflings at all, but they look like, frankly, the wagon. It looks like a merchant wagon, so you're not entirely sure what's going on there. Questions before we get back into combat?
Yeah,
You
the
told
first,
us. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so the first dumb question. What level are we now?
12.
7?
7, I
Or
think. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the chick up in the top right? You told us. Is that the lady
someone
that we
found her
saved?
sitting there watching us.
Yeah, she was just watching in the middle to the end of last round. Somebody spotted her. I think it was maybe Poe and Ono spotted her sort of off in the woods. She doesn't look like a halfling, so you're not sure that she's associated with the wagon, and she's just sort of hanging out in their woods. It's hard to tell from this distance, but she looks like a middle-aged human woman. You're not sure what she's doing out there. But she hasn't done anything other than, it looks like she's just observing. But she wasn't in the road when you guys approached, at least as far as you can remember.
She's not observing me because I'm not on the map.
No, you are invisible in this little area right here. That's you.
Oh, thank you. Forgot.
You are invisible.
Obviously, I'm audible, so that's good.
Yep, absolutely. All right,
Are
so
the, are the I
Speaking
have
of
one more
audible-
question. The kids
So that-
the kids that we are helping out, where are they on this map? Are they
the children were taken by the elves. So
they were taken?
yeah,
they
when
are
you guys
fine.
were back in Cookham, the Lady Shalosha's guys, basically she told you guys that we were familiar with the depredations of the Sargabans.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Doug.
that's right. That's right.
And they've got a couple of refugee areas that they're dealing with, and she basically waited until the children fell asleep, and then she dispatched a couple of her guys to basically carry them off in the night to make sure that they would reach the camp safe.
When
Is
you
one
said,
of these-
yeah, the wait till they fell asleep and then dispatched. I was like, dang, that's cold. I was like,
Yep.
oh, dispatch someone. Okay.
Is one of these the girl that was in the back of the caravan when we got here?
Yes, that
Is it
is yep,
Wow.
that's her right there.
And what's the purple dot on her?
The purple dot is that she has dropped her weapon.
Okay.
She tried to attack the lieutenant on the horse as he rode past her to try and because he rode past her with a sword out. He was just going to try and decapitate her. He missed. She tried to stab. You're not sure if she tried to stab Arendar. Even you and Wraith, as you sort of Johnny on the spots, can't tell if she was trying to stab the horse or trying to stab the guy. Either way, it didn't work. And she fumbled and dropped her blade.
I thought she was prone right where she was at.
She was what now?
I thought she was prone
She might have fallen.
because I thought.
Oh wait, yeah. Purple is she fell.
She fell because
Who dropped their weapon? Somebody dropped their weapon.
I was gonna run and just kind of. Okay, this sounds worse than it's gonna be. Just kind of dive on top of her to cover her.
Uh-huh.
because the other
It
guys.
does sound a lot worse.
It does
It does sound a lot worse.
What I mean. But I remember gonna do that because there was at the time two guys on horse right around her, and I was gonna just cover her just to protect her. But then yeah, one of the guys fell in a pit.
One guy's fell in a pit. The other guy missed, and he's basically wheeling around for another
He's
swing.
wheeling around, yeah. And so yeah, I remember her being prone.
So we have five bad guys on foot, and then 2 on horseback and 1 in the pit. Or does a horse represent a bad guy and the horse itself?
The horse represents a bad guy and the horse itself. So you've got one bad guy here. This is the lieutenant. You've got another horseman here at the rear of the wagon. He's pulling around he's moving to the north side of the wagon to try, and it looks like he's probably going after this hobbit right here. This hobbit has been historically trying to keep he's been holding the horses. So he's been trying to do that. These two nitwits here, who were arguing with the commander, now have attacked the commander with knives and small swords and are trying to stab him. And then and then the other guy's down in the pit.
What about these two are
those two are hobbits that were in the back of the wagon when Beckhoff ran away. They yelled out, no, don't run away. And when they saw the horsemen go after her, they went after the horsemen. So they are coming down here to try and help her. But also it seems like they had been trying to convince her not to run and certainly not to attack. I think for those of you who are close enough to see Beckhoff attack the horseman who was holding her, the two hobbits that were nearby were shocked at this. It was obvious on their faces that they never expected her to do that. And it might have been a response to the fact that it looked like the guy was going to summarily execute her. He certainly had a weapon out, but he also hadn't hurt her at all. He just grabbed her.
Right.
One last question. The blue bars over 2 of the hobbits, what are those?
Those are. What are those? I don't know. Bleed damage? It might be. You know what it is? Non-lethal damage. They've been bonked around a little bit by these guys a little bit before you guys arrived.
And then buffs. The only thing I've got is my own mage armor. Did I miss anything? Did anyone throw buffs out there?
I think Titus cast mage armor on Ono, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I feel like that's true too. I remember that.
But beyond that, I don't know. You guys were just sort of like coming along when this happened.
I'm not sure if I got mage armored or not.
I think you did.
Okay, all right. Should I?
I'm pretty sure that at some point, like at the beginning of the day,
Yeah.
I think Titus has been routinely casting mage armor on you. Is that accurate, Andrew?
Believe so, and communication, but I'm not clear if it's in effect at this moment.
I think message died out because it's in rounds rather than is it rounds rather than minutes?
It's in minutes.
Okay. Then I'll say message is probably still going on. So Andrew, I got something from Patrick gave me that you might be interested in. So it's I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? It's Traverse City whiskey, single barrel rye, 123 proof.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
gone. It's empty.
Well, no, it's right in here. So I'm gonna try it as we have a little bit of it.
All right.
So I'll let you know how it is. But Patrick recommends.
Okay.
It's a good one. Yeah, it is.
All right. So yeah, other questions.
Unless I might have missed, just to be clear, all the hobbits are south now, and the guys.
No,
No, there's 3 in a row.
no. There's
this
3
guy-
up. Those 3 up there are all 3 of those are hobbits. This guy is holding the horses of the wagon to keep them from spooking and taking off. These 2 are fighting the what you think is the commander of the horsemen. When you guys approached, these two guys were the ones that were arguing most loudly with the commander about that they weren't going to give up their friend and that kind of stuff, and this was all bullshit. And then she pops out of the back, and yeah, and then there's 3 down to the south, including this Bekoff, who they were trying to capture.
Is he a Russian author?
No, Hobbit.
Bekoff, the Russian Hobbit.
Maybe Russian Hobbit. We don't know.
Okay. Because I've got Ukrainian.
Slava Ukraina Hubachin. All right. No other questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What NPC is Tamar playing?
Eric's daughter.
She's definitely playing one of the hobbits, at least from a height standpoint. All right, Wraith, you're first.
Hey guys, I just wanted to step in and say hi. I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
Hey,
Good to
Doug.
see you, Doug.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
You gonna hang out for a little bit?
No, I've been at work all day long and I am just beat. So we're just
Hi, Cass.
Hi, Cass.
oh anyway, I just like I said in roll 20, last time I stopped in to say hi, you were exactly in the same spot. Nothing.
All of our fights are on the same map. Even
all of this is the same campaign. So periodically,
nothing moves too fast with our campaigns.
Everything. I just insert more guys on this map.
Yeah, they keep going. All right. Well, anyway, everybody have a great one. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good. You too, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, and so do I have direct line of sight to this guy on the horse?
The lieutenant? Yes, you do.
Okay, so then I'm gonna fire 2 shots at him
Ooh, jeez Louise. Okay.
because now I can fire 2 shots around. Anyway,
All right. 18 to hit and
it's gonna be 19. It's +1 because he's within 30 feet.
Okay.
So 19 and 16.
All right. Those are both hits. So I'm a little worried about him.
7 damage, 10 sneak attack, and 2 bleed.
All right.
And then
So
5 damage and 8 sneak attack.
all right. So those 2 arrows, the first one, he's riding by and facing to the south. The first arrow takes him in the side, in the rib cage. You can see it penetrate. The sneak attack, he wasn't even remotely thing, and it split the seam of his cuirass on the side and went in. You can hear him sort of make a groan sound as the arrow goes in. And the second arrow is the one that really does it, where it takes him high in the throat, above the gorget, goes through and pierces the other side. You can see him sort of joggily ride a little bit until he goes forward a couple of squares, and then you can see him, his hand comes off of the reins, goes to his throat. He shudders a little bit and falls off of the horse onto the ground. The horse begins taking off into the other way, following the line of the first horse, the horse that escaped the pit.
And then I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, but using stealth.
You can't.
Why?
You can move, but you can't use stealth.
No,
Why?
you've done more than a single action.
No, I now have 2 attacks around.
Right, but that's a full attack to get those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can do a 5-foot step.
And I'll do a 5-foot step to here.
Okay. All right. Arendar, after lecturing your brother on the action economy, what do you do?
Well, she doesn't need to be tackled now and covered because that was the only threat in the area.
Okay.
So I saw the dwarf fall down in the pit, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend this round going up to her and picking her up and asking her if she's okay.
So as you approach, she's got her knife out in front of you, and she's, as you're like looking to scoop her up, she has no desire to be picked up by you. She has no idea who you are.
Right.
So she's got that knife out in front of her, and if you try to pick her up, you're gonna have to do like a grapple check or something.
No, I just offered my hand to like pick
Come
her
with
up,
me if you want to live.
and
It's
I'm gonna ask her if it's okay.
She looks at you. She doesn't immediately go to you. She certainly doesn't take your hand. She's got that knife out in front of her. She hasn't said anything,
Well,
but
she's laying on the ground or she's prone, so
well,
she might
right.
have a knife, but she's laying down with that knife.
That's true.
So that's why I just extended my hand out. Are you all right?
Okay. She doesn't say anything. She's very suspicious looking at you. Is that all you do?
Um,
Or are you coming around with the falcata?
well, yeah, duh. I gotta finish the job if he didn't.
Hassan chop.
Um,
Just kill them all, let God sort them out.
that's I remember it was the last time. That's kind of where Arendar was like, dang it.
Well, here's
I
the
don't wanna kill
problem.
these guards and I don't want to kill the hobbits.
Well,
Um,
these guards, these guys in livery, these are stepping guards guys.
right, which is why I didn't want to kill them,
It's a
But-
little late for that.
but they were, in my opinion, going to murder someone without whatever.
She does not leap into your arms if that's what you're expecting.
Well, no, I didn't expect her to leap. Okay. Okay, he's just gonna, so one move to get there and ask that, and then he's just gonna roll his eyes and say, all right, I'm gonna go help your friends, don't go anywhere. And then start moving up this direction, so that's pretty much all for me.
Okay. It's his turn or her turn.
Wait,
She's
Wait,
go ahead.
look at the numbers.
What
I don't
numbers?
know why I'm at the bottom. I mean, I know.
Oh,
I-
2303. Okay, hold on. Let's do that. Let me go ahead and add you here. What was it? 2303? Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna put, yes, you're right. So you would go first. So all right, Titus, what are you doing?
I cast fly on myself.
Cast fly. Okay. You do have a move action left if you want to use it.
I am going to fly to be behind Ono and Polar.
Okay. How high up are you going to be in the air?
Let me look what my max is. I don't see how high. I see
Well,
how
you could
fast I can go.
well, that's essentially your distance. So you can go 60, I believe, on a fly spell, correct?
Yes.
60.
So-
All right. So
yeah.
you can, if you want to go 60 straight up or any fraction of that down, I mean, you're not going that far. So I would say, well, you probably got about 40. So you could be up as much as 20 feet high if you wanted to be there.
I'll be 20 feet behind Ono and Poe.
Okay. All right. So do you want to move yourself back, or you want to be 25 above them, 20 feet above them?
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? Okay.
Behind them and then 20 feet above.
Got it. All right. I'm there. I'm with you. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do this right now. I'm going to do that. This doesn't look too good. Okay. I'm just going to put that there on you so that we know where you are. Okay. Cool.
Okay, good.
All right. She stands up. It has the knife out. Arendar, you're running back towards the wagon.
Yeah.
All right. So she's going to, she's going to, yeah, yes, she's going to go over here and begin going through the dead guy's the dead guy's pockets and sort of pouches. So she's kneeled down next to the guy that Wraith shot. Wraith, you can see this very clearly, and she's looking. It looks like she's looking for something. All right. Oh no! What do you do?
Hi. Um, I'm not sure yet. First of all, just to let you know, my kids think all of you are superheroes. They think it's so cool. Tomorrow, now listen, I gotta talk. Okay, hold on, please. Where is? Oh no. Let me find him.
He's
Right,
in the room, right in front
right
of
there in
the,
the middle.
Gotcha. Great. And so is I missed some of the conversation. I'm so sorry. Tamar, hold on, please. Is the disposition of these chaps, are they trying to hurt me?
No, they're trying to. So those three. So this halfling over here
Yeah.
is trying to hold the horses connected to the wagon steady.
Okay.
He doesn't want those horses taken off with the wagon. And it's a merchant's wagon, so you assume they have maybe trade goods or something in there. The last thing they want to do is for it to go taken off overland for reasons unknown. These two guys are fighting this horseman on horseback. So imagine a human
Right.
fighter on horseback,
Right.
and he's got a sword, and he's like sort of laying about with it and that kind of thing. And then you've got two halflings with short swords or poignards, and they are sort of like dancing around the front of the horse, and you're not sure if they're trying to stab the horse or they're trying to stab the guy. You do remember from last time, these guys tried to leap. One of them leaped on top of the other and tried to jump on the guy on the horse and attack him above. But right now they're below him.
Okay.
Below. You think that they may be getting ready to stab the horse.
Okay. You can't stab a horse. Wait, no.
Sure, you can. They're big. You can stab them anytime you want.
No, oh my God. All right. Ono is not going to let these hobbits stab the horse. Can Ono move to about maybe about here and punch that one?
Sure.
Great. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move right about there, and that's like 4 squares, five squares.
Yep. Well within your movement range.
Yes, sir. And what I'm gonna do, okay, have a seat, please. You know what? For now, it's just a hobbit. I'm gonna do just one stunning punch.
Stunning fist. Okay.
Stunning fist. So I think.
Are you punching the Hobbit?
I think.
Yeah.
So. Yes. Well, the hobbit's trying to stab a horse.
The
Well,
Hobbits.
We kind of came in to try and protect the hobbits.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what
all
we're
right.
here for.
Oh, all right. So somebody shouts at me, "Don't punch the hobbit!" Great. Then
I don't know that anybody is doing that. Everybody's kind of doing their own. I don't know that you would know not to punch the hobbit. I think punching hobbits is perfectly acceptable behavior in this situation.
you know what?
Running up to a guy who's throwing a sword around on top of a horse is not perfectly normal behavior, though.
Well, that's true.
Maybe.
Yeah, basically, yeah, you see the guy on the horse fighting the two hobbits.
Okay. Well, then whom do I see? Any belligerents?
Well, I mean, the guy on the horse was the guy who was talking with Poe and Arendar there for a minute. And I believe he basically gave you guys the short version of what they're doing, is basically saying, look, we think that one of these hobbits, this Beckoff hobbit, is an assassin and may have had something to do with the death of the king's wife and children. And we've been charged to take her back to Bresk for trial, lawful trial, and to answer these charges. And we are also charged with, basically, he would have said, we are also charged with any resistance can be punishable by death. Now, there's a little bit of problems here. One, you guys aren't really in the Bandu Mountains yet, so you're not sure if King Steppengard's authority extends this far. Second, you're not sure what the situation is, but the hobbits have all, I mean, in the discussion that was going on, the hobbits have all been saying that this is ridiculous. She's done nothing. You should let us go. but they weren't unwilling to do that. Then all hell broke loose.
And now
Okay,
they're-
so we're not in the mountains yet.
Kind of in the foothills. I mean, you guys are on your way up. This is one road that, well, this road goes to Bresk, but it also goes, if you loop around, it goes to Gallowrend, which is Gallows castle, which is where you guys are heading
Right.
with Balin, because you guys agree with Balin that you guys were going to go to Gallow first and then go to Bresk to see what was, spend a day in Gallow, get the lay of the land, and then go into the city.
So the reason that started the fight though was they very quickly went to, hey, let's just kill her because we're just gonna say she's evil, and they were gonna pass judgment and kill her. They actually said that.
Right.
Yes, and the reason was that they found a hidden compartment. She was hiding in the wagon, in a hidden compartment in the wagon.
Right, and they're like, okay, let's just kill her then.
Well, I mean, what they basically were saying is like, look, if she was innocent, why does this wagon even have a hidden compartment?
Marty. Sorry.
And it may not be a death penalty argument, but it's not a bad argument.
But yeah.
Okay. Ono's not really quite sure whom to punch right now. So
Kind of,
maybe Ono's gonna
That's what I've-
all the hot. No, wait, never mind. No. Who's the lady up in the northern right?
Punch
don't
the
know.
horse.
Or I could punch the horse. Do a stunning
What are you,
fist.
Mongo?
Oh,
Mongo? Oh no, only pawn in Game of Life.
you know what? Can I? Okay, I'm actually not sure whom.
Eric, last
punch.
time Poe said to disable everybody you could without killing, if possible. So
Right,
that's
great. You know what? Then fine. I'm gonna do a non-lethal blow on this little hobbit here because this hobbit's trying to stab a horse, and Ono grew up raising and using horses, so he doesn't want a horse to get stabbed. He's gonna hit her with a flurry of blows.
no, actually we hit him with a single attack because you moved.
Sorry.
You only get a single attack because you
Gotcha.
moved.
Okay, that's totally fine. I'm gonna do this flurry of blows. Did I hit her
First-
at
first
all?
one.
Are
Just
you
one?
punching the horse?
No, I'm gonna punch
Oh.
the hobbit who was trying to stab the horse.
Okay, so what did you roll?
19, 16,
No, he only gets the first one though.
Oh,
You-
19 will hit.
okay,
You
great.
trying to stun the hobbit?
Yes, I had said that I wanted to do a
Stunning fist.
stunning fist. Yes, sir. So,
Okay, stunning fist you want to do on this guy. All right,
yes,
so
sir.
19 will definitely hit.
great.
And the 3 damage is non-lethal damage.
Right. And I have to, my stunning fist does what now? Let me find it again. Come on.
So I have to make a fort save, DC 10 plus half of Ono's character level plus Ono's wisdom modifier. What's your wisdom modifier?
Plus
3.
three.
plus 5.
Plus 5. Okay. He's
Yep.
very wise for a teenager.
Yes.
Plus half your character. So, but DC is 18 on this. Let's go ahead and roll and see what happens. And this would be a fort save. And a 9. So it is so according to Stunning Fist, a stunned creature drops everything held, can't take actions, loses dex, loses so he is stunned for one round until just before your next turn. He drops his sword and staggers backwards under the onslaught. How many points of damage did you do?
I thought I just did 3 non-lethal.
3 non-lethal. Okay.
Did he punch the horse?
No,
No, he punched the hobbit.
no. I punched the hobbit who was trying to stab the horse.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't want to kill the hobbit, so I did a non-lethal stunning thing. And I think that concludes my turn.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta I'm taking a quote.
I mean, you shouldn't punch a horse. It's bad luck.
Well, what is punching a hobbit? An extra +1 on your saving throws?
Oh, I almost spit my tea on you, Les.
I don't know that punching a hobbit is any less bad luck than punching a horse, but okay. All right.
You know,
So-
I had wanted to see if I could stop the horse. Uh, I guess I don't have time to.
Well, the horse isn't really moving. The guy is on the horse, so the horse is sort of like moving around and that kind of stuff. But it's not like galloping anywhere. The guy has got a sword in his hand, and he's sort of he's trying to defend himself against these hobbits who have been trying to stab him and jump on him. You get the give me a perception check, both Vondrum and Titus and Ono.
Condrum, I'm way back here. Am I even
No, you're
seeing
oh Poe. I mean Poe. I'm sorry.
Perception.
Sometimes I get Vondrum and Polar mixed up.
Do I get to do a perception?
Mike, check your messages.
Yeah, actually, you probably should too.
14.
All right, you basically Ono's sort of in the moment, so he doesn't notice, but everybody else kind of does. Is the fact that this the commander of the and he's the commander, he's the guy who's basically been talking to everybody. He doesn't seem massively invested in slaying these hobbits. He's got a sword in his hand, he's sort of laying about with it, but you could definitely, especially those of you who are martial, that mean Poe and Arendar, that you guys have martial training, you can see that he's not really he's more defending himself rather than trying to hurt them. All right, Poe, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna motion to Lorelei and try to get her to do something. So I'm gonna send her over. I need a 15-foot cone, or can I just assume I get?
You need a cone?
Yeah.
I can get you a cone.
Can I do that now on my own? Or are they?
I don't know. It's possible. You don't. Do you have access to the assets? Probably not.
I'm not your assets, no.
Okay. I don't feel bad. I'm having trouble get there either. All right, area of effect templates. Well, how big of a cone?
15 foot.
15-foot conage. All right, here we go. It's going to be green. I'm going to put it right next to you. There you go. Now you should be able to move and twist it and that kind of thing. So
It's not moving.
it's not.
Oh, because I'm on the
I
wrong
can
thing.
twist it.
Hang on a second.
Did it move for you?
Hang on. All the orange writing was me on the wrong spot. So
You want me to get rid of the orange?
yeah, please, if you can.
You got it, Ming. Okay. Somebody's got something in mind.
Yeah, it's just color spray. I'm just gonna try to knock them.
exactly
Okay.
what I was working on. That's funny.
So you gonna run up there to do it?
Don't have.
Well, no, Lorelei's gonna fly and do it.
Oh, Lorelei's doing it. Okay, she's delivering the color spray. Okay, cool.
I can't
Perfect.
get her. There we go.
Use the Alt key.
Okay, so we're basically right in there. She's gonna be flying, and she'll just point it down at all of them, try to get as many as she can.
Got it. Okay, so a downward of color spray. Okay. Cone shape burst will save negates. All right, let's take a look, y'all. All right, so let's do the commander first. We'll do his will save first. What's the DC on that, by the way?
Second. This level spell, so 16.
16. All right, here's the
It
Go
doesn't
ahead.
affect 5 or more hit. Well, I guess it does affect them, but yeah, it only just stuns them for a round, so it can't affect anything.
Okay. So here is the commander. 9. So he missed it. He is a 3-hit dice creature. So he is blinded and stunned for D4 rounds and then stunned for another round. So okay. Do you want to roll that? Let me roll the will saves for the hobbits. I'm going to roll them as one will save. 19. They made it. So will negates. They are unaffected. So he is the command. All right. So the commander is blinded and stunned for 4 rounds and stunned for another round after that. So I'm just going to go pop this in here. Let's so we can keep track of it. Just push that in there. Put it up by him, and we'll remember that it is Commander McBragg.
At the same time, Poe is going to run up on the other side, and if he realizes this guy's stunned, he's going to try to catch him and drag him off that horse and tell
Yeah,
everyone
he's
else to stand down.
Yeah, give me a quick dex check.
+1 to this, so 5, so not real good.
Nope, you miss him. He falls to the ground with a thump. Only moments after his sword falls from his nerveless hands, and it falls to the ground. The horse seems well. Maybe the horse is stunned as well. Hold on, let me. I don't know what a horse's will save is. Probably pretty low. They are willful creatures, prone to biting.
Could have got those other 2 horses too if you're doing the horses, which I guess it.
Yeah, I forgot the horse. Oh, it made it, so it's good. All right, so yeah, he's the only one that made it. You miss him. He falls to the ground and looks. I mean, not unconscious, but definitely stunned. You can see his eyes, his sightless eyes, sort of looking around. A little bit as he sort of shudders a bit from the fall. But he's not damaged. He wasn't over 10 feet in the air. So, but he's right next to you.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to do diplomacy on the hobbits to try to get them to stand down.
All right. 25. What do you say to them?
I'm just basically telling them to stand down. We need to figure out what's going on here, but there's no sense killing anybody until we figure that out.
Okay. Let me check. They're going to do a sense motive on you. Okay. They immediately, so they do stand down. So they put the one guy is stunned, so he's still reeling from getting punched by Ono. The other guy's looking at you, and he puts his hand, he's got his sword in his hand, and he throws his sword in, it's a little tiny sword. He slaps it into his scabbard. He says, "Well, let me tell you something about these guys. This is freaking horseshit. We just left Brest the other day, and now they've come after us." And he starts arguing. It's the same arguments that you heard him making to the commander. He's now making them to you. While he's not fighting, he's certainly arguing. He's very angry.
I'll just tell him, and that's why we are sort of supporting you and trying to get this to stop, so we can figure out exactly what's going on. And we don't want your we don't want the woman that you're protecting to be hurt either at this point until we figure out exactly what's going on. So we're trying to help.
Okay. All right. He's arguing with you. The other guy is stunned. These 2 chuckleheads kind of come running around the pit. They grab her. So, Wraith, you see this clearly. Arendar, you're headed north, right?
Les,
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
did I lose my turn?
No, you're at the top. You went. You were flying. We haven't got back to you yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This one, see this, you can't really see it, but the 2303 under. Why are you under Vondram now? Hold on. You belong. You're on there. You're in 2 places. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take one of these out. All right. So you are after Arendar. We haven't got around to you yet again.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, cool. All right. These 2 guys grab her up. Wraith, you can see very clearly that she has extracted some sort of piece of parchment or paper from an like a pouch that this guy's had. You can see that she has not gone for weapons or probably even money, but she's extracted this piece of paper. And these other 2 guys are like dragging her away from the body back towards the wagon. And you can hear them saying things like, "Back off! You've got to come with us. Come on! This is crazy. We've got to get out of here. This is whoever these guys are. They're trouble. Look what they've done. We've got to get out of here." And she's like, "I've got to, leave me alone. Unhand me. That kind of thing." All right. He's dead. Wraith, you also hear from in the pit somebody yell out, "Help me out of here, you ingrates! Hobbit, come back! Come back!" And this guy, all right, he's coming around this way. Oh, there's one already there attacking. So no, he's going to come. Well, he sees Arendar. Arendar, do you have weapons out?
Yeah.
He's coming at you. So he's going to gallop through here at you and try and attack you. Hold on. All right, so he's got a sword, and he's going to try and run you down. Well, he's basically doing a ride by, and he's going to miss. So he rides by. I believe I got to check. Ride by attack. Does not provoke. I want to make sure though. You are standing. You and your mount do not provoke an attack of an opportunity. So he rides by you and misses with the sword. This guy slashes down at the other guy with his sword, and hits him. That's gonna leave a mark, I think. 6 points. Ooh, yeah, he goes down. Oh, please. At this, the guy Poe here's the other guy like the other Hobbit. He looks around. He's like, son of a bitch, and begins moving in front of the horses to go help that guy. He's got his sword back out now. All right, Vondram.
I moved.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. That's it. That's all you're gonna do.
Yeah, I was way down the road. I really can't. I mean, I don't think I've heard about this chick down here because I don't think anyone told me. So I don't know if she's there. And I saw this guy galloping south. I know that the pit got one and they got the other. So I'm like, good luck to him with the twins down there. So I'm not worried about that. So, and Ono did, or Poe did exactly what I was going to do, which was dazzle the horse. So that was awesome. And I'm just moving up to get closer to the action. That's it.
Okay. All right. That's round 2. We go into round 3, and Wraith, you are up.
Did I see the guy ride by on a horse and try to kill my brother?
Yep.
Do I have a line of sight?
Yep.
And I can take a 5-foot step?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, 20 will hit. 24 will hit.
I think he's within 30 feet, so 21.
He's definitely within
25.
30 feet. I don't know that you get sneak attack.
Does he know I'm here?
No, and you are flanking with Arendar. So I guess you do get sneak attack. How many points are we talking about
So
here?
it's going to be 12 points of damage because he's within 30 feet.
Okay.
Plus 5 sneak attack, plus 2 bleed.
All right, so that is
17.
17. All right, and
Then
then
9 points of damage, plus 5 sneak attack.
all right, you shoot him right off of his horse. He's leaning to you. He looks. He passes Arendar and looks just as you step out into the lane to shoot him. The first arrow hits him. The second takes him completely out of the saddle, and he lands on the ground, Arendar, almost at your feet, and the horse continues to go forward as well. So he can't see. Arendar, what do you do?
I was just getting ready to intimidate that guy for having the balls to do that. But as I turn to yell at him, he drops.
I intimidated him for you.
So in twin speak, I'll call out, thanks, brother.
Don't swing sharp things at my family.
Well, here's the problem. You've killed half of these guys. If one of them is, there's the problem of what happens if one of them escapes and gets back to Bresk and tells them about a group of people that look just like you who killed our guys, that kind of thing.
And are on our way to negotiate with you.
Yeah.
They're on their way. All right, Arendar, you're up though. What are you doing?
Oh,
This rye is pretty good, Andrew.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're feeling every bit of that 120 proof.
it's a little rough.
It's a little raw, yeah. But as ryes go, I'm not a huge fan of rye, but it's not terrible. I do like it in
I've
measured
got some good
measured doses.
rides.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should come next time you're in the neighborhood.
definitely. All right, I'll make that's a good deal. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna start popping by whenever I'm in the city.
You should. I'll set my dogs on you.
Perfect.
And then give you booze. It's worth it.
Also perfect.
In your wounds.
All right, Arendar.
dang it.
Wait, what kind of dogs do you have? Because if it's Jack Russell Terriers, that's not a big deal. If it's German
No, it's-
Shepherds, there might be a problem.
He's got
They
a big
already
couple,
know less.
He's got a couple of big fluffy dogs.
Yeah, pretty much. They're all bark.
What kind?
What kind are they?
An Australian Shepherd and I hope Sheila's not within earshot. A mutt is otherwise it'd be a golden Newfie.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
They
She's a
missed their
sweet girl.
opportunity.
That's all
They-
that matters.
They missed their opportunity when they do all the name splicing to call a golden retriever Newfie a goofy.
Arendar, okay, you're gonna do that?
Yeah,
All right.
I swear. And then start running this way.
All
Actually,
right.
I've
Is
seen-
that a double move?
No, that's a single move to get right there.
Ooch.
So- So being right here, would I have seen this guy cut down this?
Kind of. You would have seen it partially through. Yeah, I mean, you would have sort of seen it through the horse's, the rigging. There's straps and logs, and I don't know how horses are rigged, but you could partially see through that. You would have seen, you would have, it's a horse log thing, but
Straps and logs. Yeah, that's it.
that's how they do it. But yeah, you would have definitely seen, you would have heard the horses clop, clop, and you would have
Okay.
definitely seen that Hobbit on the other side of the horses be, chopped in half and fall to the ground kind of thing.
So I'm gonna use my sword, the flat of my sword. I'm gonna
Unleash?
use CMB against his CMD. I'm gonna try and knock him off his horse.
So you're going to dismount him. Okay. All right, cool.
Very forcefully.
Let's see it.
So I need to hang on.
You're basically using
I don't
your
have a macro
falcata
for
like a bat to take him off the saddle.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Let's see your CMB, homie.
12 plus 2, so it's 14.
I know what his CMD is.
Yeah.
Oh, natty 19 on the CMB. The flat of your blade takes him right in the stomach. And you hear the sort of like weird, shoot, I'm hooked again. The weird clang of the flat of your falcata hitting the cuirass that he's wearing, which is underneath sort of his clothing. And there's this like gong sound as it hits it, and he goes flying backwards off and tumbles backward and lands about here, and the horse, confused, just sort of stops there over the top of the thing. So yeah, you succeeded. He
Yeah.
is gasping.
And Arendar's very pissed off and yelled about incompetence and all kinds of stuff as he runs past and does this. Stupid freaking idiots.
All right, are you talking to the guard or the who are you talking
You
to?
know what he yells by yelling that? So whoever whoever hears it can take it however they want.
He's talking to Wraith.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right, he lands. I'm going to just use this guy for the guard. So he lands about there. Let me just, okay. Let me just do this real quick. So he is prone. He's got the wind knocked out of him. You can hear him gasping and holding his stomach where you hit him. And he looks like he may have taken a little bit of damage when he landed.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll have it for you here right a second. Okay. Cool. All right. That it for you, Arendar?
Yeah.
Titus. Titus of the Sorceress Realm.
Yes, so at 20 feet up, am I at or above the tree line?
Yeah, to a large extent, yeah, you are.
So before I do anything, is there anything out of the ordinary I can spot?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. $21.
21. All right, let me check something real quick here. What does that even say? Okay. So you can see more clearly the woman over to the north. She's not doing anything. She is she's sort of standing there, and you can see that she's kind of hunkered down to try and avoid
Notice?
being obvious. Yeah. Titus, the thing that you notice is that it looks like she is talking to somebody, but you don't see any people.
Okay, so before I do anything,
Her lips are moving.
I'm going to use message to convey to everyone positions where everyone is, including this new mystery person, what's happened, the slain horses, the horsemen knocked off said horses. So essentially, I'm conveying everything that I can see to everyone so that they know where everyone else is and what's going on the battlefield.
Like a sports broadcaster?
Sports
So
broadcaster.
helpful. Thank you.
Yes, pretty much. Yes. I'm not that drunk yet, but other than that, yes.
Okay. Perfect.
So I will, at this point, fly to, I guess, around where Ono and Poe are, or well, Lorelai's there. Before I move, can I use message asking, is there anywhere anyone thinks I should go for a good vantage point?
I'd like to know who the chick is in the corner, but I don't know if I want to scare her away or if you're able to contain her.
Well, I'm invisible.
Oh yeah, go see what she's about.
All right, so I'm not sure exactly how far that is. I'm guessing that's 60 feet, give or take. Oh, okay, so then I will move to, thank you, whoever did that.
You're welcome.
All right, I'll move there. I am invisible and I'm at 20 feet above or somewhere at or above the tree line.
Okay. Yeah, you don't believe that she notices you. You're flying above her and being quiet, I guess. Yeah, she seems to be, and you can see much more clearly that she does seem to be. So she's speaking, but she's not speaking. So her lips are moving, and it looks like she's obviously talking to him. You recognize this as maybe that she's using message as well.
Okay.
Is at least what you think.
Do I still have time in my turn to convey that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, done. And then I'm done.
Okay. She breaks. So Beckhoff breaks away from the two hobbits, and she looks at Wraith, and she says to you, Wraith. She actually walks up here, and the other two are following her, and she says to you, Wraith, and she says, "You're good with a bow. Kill the other two, and I'll make it worth your while." It doesn't sound salacious. It sounds like money.
Well, right.
You just ruined his evening.
And that's what she does. Oh no,
Yes, sir. All right.
you're up, buddy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. All right. So last round I punched a hobbit and stunned him. Is
Yep.
anybody else trying to stab a horse?
No, not yet. Arendar golfed a guy off his horse.
Okay. Great. Again, it's a confusing situation. I'm trying to Tamara, hold on. To just get everybody to calm down and fall out of combat.
Poe's gonna motion you to the horses
Okay.
and Ono and say maybe try to keep the horses calm so they don't run us over. Now that the hobbit's dead that was holding them.
Come on, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna type at you, because I can't.
Gotcha. Okay. The trouble with hobbits.
He's not that loud. Eric, I mean, she doesn't really bother us.
She's all right. She just wants to get in the game.
She's playing a hobbit and she's a method actor.
She's an angry hobbit. All right, so you're gonna run forward and go. All right, so there's a the commander's horse is here, but it seems to be. I mean, these are well trained horses, destriers, and it's just standing there, and seems, frankly nonplussed by the whole affair. These horses on the wagon, though, now that this guy is dead, they've smelled. Now they've got those horse goggles, the blinders. They've got blinders on, but they can smell the blood, and they know that the guy who was controlling them is not there anymore. So they're starting to stamp and snort. So if those horses might be in danger of taking off, and they are hooked to the wagon.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Okay, come on. All right.
I wish I was having that much fun.
What I'm gonna do, Tamar, wait, here, hold. Koala. I'm gonna run forward. Not run. I'm gonna walk calmly forward and grab these two horses by their reins or bridles. I'm gonna talk in soothing tones. Tamar, wait. I'm gonna say, good pony, everything's okay. I'm gonna radiate calmness, and can I try an animal handling check to see?
Absolutely, I insist you do.
Great. Where's where'd it go? Here it is. Handle. All right, I'm gonna do that. Did that go?
They do not seem to be calming down. If anything, they might be getting a little bit more nervous.
That was a horrible roll. That was really
It's not a great roll.
No, it was
I think he recited poetry.
Yeah, they're starting. You could feel them. You grab a hold of their reins, and you can not reins, but the harnesses, and you could feel them sort of like jerking back at you. They can see you through the blinders because they're just the side ones.
Right.
So they can see you, and you get the impression that maybe it's because they don't recognize you. So they're starting to sort of rear backwards a little bit on you, and you're holding on to that kind of thing. They're not behaving yet.
Okay, can I try one more thing? I'm gonna use an acrobatic skill to vault into the seat of the wagon.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to see this.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna do a acrobatics.
So yeah, that would have been a tough acrobatics thing from going from the front of the horse to the back of the horse. You get him a game shot though. You don't end up in the seat. You end up on the log in between the seat and the horses. So you're sort of balanced in there, with various straps and harness material in there, but you're not on the seat.
Okay.
Was it good slapstick material where he really kind of straddled the pole?
Sort of like got himself racked. No, it wasn't that bad, but he's not through yet. It could get worse next round.
Yes.
I
Okay.
was getting ready to slap that horse on the ass too.
I think that's it for me. But my new goal is to get into the wagon and control the horses.
Okay. good to know. Poe, you're up. Now's the time for the slap.
I'm gonna talk to Lorelai again and tell her to go check on that woman and see if she can figure out what she's up to. So Lorelai can fly, and she is visible, so that woman will see her. Does she react at all when she sees the little?
Let me do a quick perception check.
Yeah, she's. I think she's a foot. Let me see how big she is. I don't remember.
Okay.
She's a foot big, yeah. And
She's
I'll have her.
a
Her
foot
lights
tall.
are on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have her glowing, so she's not trying to be stealthy.
All right, let me do a perception. Where is your perception, Noni? Here we go. Wow. Okay. I did not expect that. Okay, she sees Lorelai flying over there and looks at her, and she immediately stops doing that. Titus, you would recognize and you know that Lorelai is coming up. You can hear her sort of coming up on your right. She stops talking to whoever she's talking to. She looks up at Lorelai, and you see her. So Lorelai sees her smile, and she smiles sort of kind of sweetly. And then she pulls a wand out of her robe. So let me get her in this as well. Okay.
Is it established that Titus is like feeding us all this information as it happens, or?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah, I always mumble.
What's he mumbling about?
Jeez Louise. Hold on, I'm just moving her so I can get the thing in. Hold on.
I'm picturing the Meatloaf song, Andrew. With the
Which
announcer.
one? What?
Yeah, with the announcer, the stop right there.
Oh, yeah.
Paradise by the
Gotta know
dashboard
right now.
lights.
All right, let me put her back where she belongs. There we go. She's pulled a wand out, but it's not her turn. So, but yeah, she's still smiling, sort of benignly at Lorelai.
Okay, well, that was one move, and when Lorelai gets up close, she's gonna speak to her in common, and also smile, and say hello, and ask her if she's okay and what she's doing out here. Are you with the horse riders?
Hello, little fey creature. No, I'm not with the horse riders. I'm simply an old woman traveling in the hills, headed to my home. Who might you be?
You don't have any candy on you, do you?
I do not, sadly, little creature. What's your name?
Lorelai?
My name is Torax. Are you from around here? Are there other fey creatures like you around here? And you can see her sort of looking around. Are there more?
No, it's just me. I'm with my dwarven friend.
Okay. Give me a quick perception check.
What race is she, Les?
Human, it looks like.
What did you say her name was?
Torax.
With a P?
With a T. Torrax. So Lorelai will tell you, and Titus, you could see this as well, that when she reaches in and so she has a wand in her hand, but she's not pointing it at Lorelai. She's sort of like just has it in her hand. And when she reached into her robe to pull it out, her robe is sort of a little bit open. She's got clothes on underneath, so it's not salacious or anything. But you can see, Titus, you could see this, and Lorelai could see it as well. On a string or yarn around her neck and hanging inside of her robe is a mask. Looks like it's made of wood and has sort of red stripes on it. That is sort of just hanging around her neck.
Lorelai's going to ask her that she's going to say, "You're not going to hurt me, are you, with that wand?"
Why, no, my dear, of course not. But a woman of my age can't be too careful in the woods, now can she?
True enough. That's a pretty mask. What's that for?
Oh, well, where I come from, many people wear masks, especially the people that I work with. They wear masks too. All right. All right. So that's Poe. What are you going to do, if anything, yourself?
I guess.
That's a lot of talking for 6 seconds.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm going to walk up and try to, I guess, calm the horses too, because I don't want both are. I don't want Ono to get stuck in underneath of them if they do take off.
All right.
I'd have handling though, but I'm just going to try to just grab the reins and, basically just calm them down.
Okay. You want to try animal handling, or do you have any sort of magical abilities that might be appropriate here?
I don't have animal handling. I can just do, what is that, like a charisma roll?
Couldn't hurt. Try it.
Handle animal. That is, yeah, that's charisma. So +2 to this, 10.
Yeah, they're still straining against you. They can't see, but you can tell the nostrils are flaring. The lips are bearing back up from the front teeth. These are upset animals, and you could see Ono is sort of trying to extricate himself from the straps and logs and stuff and try and get on the thing. He's not helping.
Okay, well, that was a move and an action, so I'm done. I'll just keep trying to grab the reins and keep them from bolting.
All right. This Hobbit yells out, "You son of a bitch!" and comes running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's got his. So he's done a double move, so he can't attack. But he is standing over this guy, and he's like,
I'm going to
"You killed Steve!"
I'm going to tell that little guy, "No one's killing anybody. Otherwise, I'll kill you."
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And as he runs away, Polearm's going to say, "Dude, the horses are getting ready to bolt. Are you going to let them run?"
And he's going to come up here. And he keeps talking with so Wraith, you see the other Hobbit kind of goes up and he's grabbed onto Beckhoff, and he's like, "Look, we gotta go. They're gonna kill you if we don't go." So you yell out, "We're the only person to get we're gonna kill more Hobbits if you kill him," that kind of thing.
I'm going to say, "No one's killing anybody."
Nobody's killing anybody.
As I'm calling that out to pretty much everyone.
It's not your turn, so you can't. But you just say, "Nobody's killing anybody. If anybody gets killed, it's going to be you by me."
Yeah.
All right. She says, "Well, I suppose I should be going now. I don't want to interfere with whatever is going on over there. I just hope everything comes out okay." And she begins moving away. Still got the wand out, though, and she's still watching Lorelai. But she's also, you can see Lorelai and Titus, both of you, can see her eyes sort of flicker over when she passes through here. You can see her eyes sort of flicker over because this guy's yelling, "I'm going to kill you, you son of a bitch, you killed Steve!" That kind of thing. And so she's kind of like looking, but you can see her sort of moving off into the thing. Titus, give me a quick perception check.
All right.
I guess Lorelai can too. She's familiar with these sorts of things. 21. You could tell that she's getting ready to cast a spell. You could see her doing the hand movements, and her mouth is beginning to move again. She's casting a spell of some sort. Lorelai, not so much. I mean, you could sort of see that she's looks like her lips are moving, but you can't see anything else. Her hands are also making, sort of gestures in the air. Titus, you can see with your 21 perception. Give me actually follow that up with a quick knowledge arcana.
Okay. Not sure I have that.
You're a sorcerer. You should have it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I don't know if it's worth anything, but I have it.
Okay.
17.
17. Well, the gestures she is making do not conform to any sort of arcane magic that you've ever seen. So your guess is that she might be preparing to cast some divine magic.
I'll convey that.
Okay. All right. So this guy, the guy down on the ground, here's what you say, and he's backing up. So he's backing up, sort of crawling this way, only to be met by this hobbit over here, who is right there, and he's like, she steps forward and is like, "Don't you move! Don't you move, you killer!" The guy in the pit is like, "Hello, hello, anybody out there can help me? I can't get out." And the stun guy is 1 round less stunned. Vondram, you're up.
Okay, I'm sending you a message.
Me or oh, okay.
And I'm moving towards my
Okay.
little creature in the trap that I hear.
Okay.
So I'm just going to head that direction.
All right. And you wanted to detonate on her?
Yep.
Okay. What is the saving throw?
16.
16? Jeez.
Reflex.
Okay.
Reflex.
I'm worried about that. Here we go. Okay. She did not make it.
So that should just slow her down and stop the spell till somebody can get up there. My short little legs can't get me there.
Yep. So she is. Hold on, let me look. Do you want to want to describe what Titus and Lorelei see?
Oh no, you're a bard by nature. That's why you do this.
All right, so you guys are sitting there. From out of the behind you comes like a small. It's almost about the size of a large pea, but it's bright and glistening with light, and it's got variable light, and it kind of like meanders around through the trees and back and forth, and it lands in there. She's not paying attention, and then it goes off, and I'll describe this as it takes a zigzag path, always missing creatures or objects, and detonates in the square with a bang and a colorful burst of fire and light, fireworks in the shape of tiny dragons that explode next to the lady. Do you want to roll the damage?
Oh, is it a D4 or something?
It's D4, yeah.
Just doing it more to distract her. But yes. Oh, nice.
All right, so 4 points of damage. As the thing explodes right on her, you hear her let out a yelp. There are little tiny flaming dragons all over the place, surrounding her, and you can see her sort of swatting at them. And for those of you who are close, Vondram, you can't hear this, but Lorelei, you and Titus both hear her cursing a blue streak in a language that you don't necessarily. Lorelei definitely doesn't understand, but Titus, do you have linguistics or anything like that?
Yep.
I've got linguistics and I know some languages.
Do you all right, so tell me the languages that you know, Titus and Arendar.
Go ahead, Titus.
I'm trying to find in
Or do you want me to go first?
yeah, go ahead, because I don't know where they are. And
They're in the back sheet. They're in
So,
your-
I'm on Hero Lab.
so my linguistics is a 8
Okay.
skill, but I've got Common, Elven, Twin Speak, Undercommon, Sargavan, Draconic, Giant, Dwarven, and Abyssal.
All right, it's Sargavan. It's clear, unadulterated, absolutely filthy Sargavan. She is swearing a blue streak as she swats at these dragons, these little tiny firework dragons.
And actually now she's in full view of me. I can.
Yeah, you can see her. Yeah, she was headed to the east. She was sort of like, all right, I gotta go. I'll see you. And
No, because of the message that she was out there.
yeah, she was definitely headed in this direction. But now she's surrounded by fireworks. And it's
Would I know this is Vondrum's handiwork?
I don't know that you would.
I mean, Bondrum's always playing with fire and, alchemical weapons and stuff. And last time we went shopping, he was off to the alchemical fun shop. So you might have a good inkling. I mean, I think that would be fair. That's up to the DM.
Can
I
you guys
guess
see
as
that?
I guess as a free action, he's going to call out, "Are we grabbing her?"
Well, she's got some magic in her and I can't get to her. So we need to stop her and bind her up somehow.
Okay.
She is swearing an absolute blue streak in Sargavin.
The Sargavin is what would have piqued Arendar's ears.
Titus, do you speak Sargavin or do you know?
I do not. I found it. No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that's Vondrum. Did you move as well?
I did.
All right, round 4. Wraith. The killer from Manila. So she's basically, so the woman is talking to you, this Beckhoff one, the one they wanted to capture. And she's basically saying, if you kill the others, I will make it worth your while financially.
So which is it? Are you a merchant? Or
Yes.
Are you a hirer of assassins?
No, I'm not an assassin. I'm simply a merchant. But this is all the thing. But they've already taken. You've seen that they've got it in their head to kill me. They think that I had something to do with the poisoning of the king's family. I had nothing to do with it. But they've got it. They suspect everyone.
Well,
And you saw that they were going to kill me.
I've heard he's quite paranoid. So you're absolutely innocent of the charges.
I swear to
Sense
all
motive.
the things that are holy that I am innocent of all these charges.
Sense motive. Hang on. let me
Okay,
see.
go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard all this crap before, lady. I'd like to believe you, but let's see if I do.
That's what happens to old D&D players. They check everyone's
They
motive.
check everybody. Yeah, it's like, who was I with? I was with somebody. It might have been Don. And we were at, I don't know, a restaurant or a store or something. And the lady said something like, if you want to join our club, like our if you give us your email address and you know that kind of thing, you'll get 10% off. I heard Don go, sense motive. And I thought, and I just about peed my pants laughing.
Spam a lot. Well, you even
Sense motive.
in one of your recaps, you referenced our party as throwing sense motives around like it was a bodily function. So we're naturally distrustful people. But what do I get with a 14?
A 14, so you're not sure. And it's largely due to the fact that most of the liars you've dealt with are either elvish or human, not halfling. And so you're not really sure what their tells are. It seems a bit overdone, but she could be desperate. I mean, this is a woman who has been taking swipes at people. And, I mean, your guess is that maybe, she's telling the truth about that she very much believes that they were going to kill her.
Yeah. It's
So
the having part in the poisoning that I'm more interested in, and I can't tell.
you can't tell.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't strike you as a poisoner.
We don't know many poisoners, so that really doesn't.
Well, nobody strikes you as a poisoner till you drink the tea
Yeah, that's a good point.
or the Kool-Aid, as the case may be.
Yep.
What is it with Colts and Kool-Aid?
I don't know.
Sorry,
They love it,
requoting
though.
from last year.
Yeah.
By the way, the first quote bracket goes out later tonight.
Nice. So I'm going to tell her, yes, I could see that they planned on killing you with no real trial, which is why we stopped it. But I'm not going to kill anyone else unless they behave in an aggressive manner, even for money.
If you won't take my money to save me, and you've already done me a tremendous favor by killing these 2 idiots, but if you kill the rest of them, then I'll give you half of what we've gotten in trade since our trip to Bresk. Half.
Ma'am, I'm not going to let anyone kill you. If they behave aggressively, I'll stop them.
So when she starts talking, and she's starting to get a little like hysterical because this guy is like grabbed onto her shoulders, like, "What are you talking half? We're not giving these guys half. We worked our asses off for that money." And she's yelling, "Half, half," that kind of thing. And this guy's like, what is wrong with you, Beckhoff? Have you lost your mind?" And she seems to be sort of like freaking out a little bit.
No. So I'm going to tell him to take his hands off her.
He's like, he saw the arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, he unhands her right away. Whoop, yep, whatever you say, sir.
Currently, you're not in any danger. Let's figure out if we can keep it that way without murdering anybody and without me taking your money.
Well, she's sort of starting to move towards you, and she's like, "Please, you've got to help me. If you won't take money, just do it out of the kindness of your heart. Please, you've got to save me from this. You've got to kill those other men." And she's sort of like moving towards you.
So can I do another sense motive?
Sure. Good night.
She seems kind of stuck on the kill everything.
Yeah.
She's really only concerned about her safety. Oh, there we go.
A
Finally.
little better. Yeah, I mean, that's awfully odd. And the fact that she, and you've heard this guy like, "What are you giving him all our money for? What are you talking about? It's not even your money." And she's getting like weirdly hysterical about this and that kind of stuff. It's definitely odd. You couldn't on a 28. I don't think there's any way that you could say that she's the poisoner, but she's definitely hinky as fuck. And you get the impression that
She's hiding something.
something is wrong here. You definitely get that impression.
Yeah. So that's a lot of talking for 6 seconds. I think I'm done.
Okay. Arendar?
Go get the Sargavin shit.
Okay.
I'm charging to there.
All right.
I'm taking her down.
All right. You're just going to like falcata her?
No. I'm jumping on. I'm grabbing her and jumping.
A tackle?
Yeah, tackle. So she gets an attack opportunity if she wants to take it.
Okay.
That's with a melee weapon.
Yeah.
She can't attack of opportunity with a wand unless she has something that allows her to do that.
There might be some special feat out there that allows it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Wish you hadn't done that. I was gonna cast web on her.
Go ahead and cast web on both. All of them. I don't care.
She was isn't she dazzled because she missed?
She is dazzled. So she would not be able to do an attack of opportunity,
She
even
is
if she had a
helpless.
weapon.
Yeah.
So dazzled creatures unable to see. Hold on a second. Dazzled creatures unable to see because of overstimulation of the eyes. A minus penalty on. She could, but she won't because she doesn't. Well, she doesn't have a hand weapon in her hand. She only has the wand in her hand.
Take the wand.
I'm basically just tackling her to the ground.
Okay. All right.
Landing on top.
CMD. CMB. I mean.
Against her CMD.
Okay.
And if she's got
would you do this as a bull rush or as a grapple?
It's kind of both. I mean, I'm knocking the ground, but I'm not just hitting her and letting her fly. I'm purposely kind of like a football tackle.
Right.
I'm hitting her, but I'm arms around her and going down with her.
Technically, that's a grapple, but it's
That's a
one that
grapple.
you release at the end of the grapple, so you would not have her at the end of the turn.
Okay, so it'd be a grapple then.
Yeah.
So-
Do a pile driver. DDT.
I'm getting
What'd you
there.
get?
29.
29. Yeah, that's more. All right. You hit her. She's not ready for you. You hit her like a linebacker hits a skinny wide receiver who's looking up into the air. She scorpions a little bit as you hit her because you're hitting her sort of from the side and from the rear. So she's like, oof. And hold on, let me do a quick dex check.
Is a I don't know what you call it when you speak out of turn, but you're just speaking through message through Titus.
Mhm.
Am I messaged to you too, or just to Titus, and is Titus messaged to you?
You
Titus
messaged
is
me and I
the, is
relayed.
the
Yeah,
I'm
he's-
going to tell Titus to keep her from talking, like close her mouth, because she's messaging somebody. So
I pass that to everyone else.
He's the switchboard. Titus is 20 feet up going one ringy dingy.
All right. So the wand goes flying out of her hand and lands over here, sort of where that circle is. See it?
Yep.
Okay. She goes down onto the ground and she's prone with an oof. Here, let me go ahead and move her. All right. You're gonna stand on top of her?
I'm basically tackled her to the ground, so I'm
Right,
laying on
right.
top of
Right
her.
there. So you're on her too. So you are on top of her. So you're prone as well.
Yeah, I'm prone as well. So you can
Okay.
let me too.
All right.
Good thing I'm not close enough.
You'd be making fun.
Arendar, sexual assault is not
I was
okay.
gonna say.
Consent. Consent.
Consent is
Uh,
important.
All right. Titus, you witness all of this. It's your turn. What are you gonna do now?
Well,
You hear-
looks like Arendar has our friend under control, and I'm thinking, how do you measure distance? I've got 170 feet to cast web on that Hobbit that Wraith is contending with.
Okay. Wow. Okay, is that
I can
within
go- Well, I can go 170 feet, or I can move and then cast.
so 170 feet? You want to Oh, it's well within range.
Okay.
You can throw a web over him.
Okay, I'll throw a web over the hobbits.
Okay. You're talking about the southern hobbits, yes?
Correct. The ones next to Wraith.
All right.
So that I'm talking to.
Yes, the one that looks like she might be a
Sketchy.
little sketchy.
AF.
Yes, AF for sure.
All right. Hold on a second. Okay, let me try and find that. All right, what is going to be the saving throw?
It's a DC 19.
DC 19. Okay, here we go. Where are my spells?
And what's the
Alright.
radius of your web?
That is a good question.
Do I have to continue with it?
No, I should be able to focus it. 20-foot
anchored.
radius.
Got to be anchored in two spots. so it'd
Right,
be
but
two,
there's
three.
trees.
There's two
yeah,
trees over there,
exactly.
so you can hammock it. It's all good.
So yeah, Wraith is not affected.
Okay.
Wraith's probably kind of shocked that all of a sudden the spider web just erupts in front of him.
Well, I kind of said, "Hey, Wraith, guess what?
I'm walking in a spider web. Leave a message. Okay.
All right. All right, this is going to represent the webs.
Oh, good lord.
That's big.
How big is the web? I got
20 feet.
20 feet. I think that's a radius, right?
Correct.
So that is roughly the right size.
Okay, as long as Wraith is not affected, then we're good.
Okay, so they are caught in the webs, and did you say DC 19?
Yes, sir.
Ay, caramba, geez. All right, so dex on these guys is, well, certainly, here we go. All right, so that's one, and then, okay, so one is, as it turns out, she's caught, he's not.
I was more worried about her, so that's okay.
So she's
Yeah.
caught, but he's sort of
still
like,
under the web.
he's still under the web, but she is massively entangled. He is loose, but he's like, what just happened? And the whole area is filled with spider webs. Wraith, you can see that it's like connected to various trees and stuff like that. And everything is filled with webs. And she's like, now she's gone from edge of hysteria to now she's freaking out. And Wraith, you can see she is screaming, struggling against the web and making it worse, essentially. She's thralling around and the webs are now she's got more webs on her and she's sort of slowing down, but she's like screeching at the top of her lungs, let me go, they're gonna kill me, let me go, why have you done this?
Well, my reaction to a bunch of webs showing up was holy shit and pulling back. Because I didn't do it. Didn't know it was coming, so I'm just like, what the
hey? All right. So anyone? All right. She can break free. So it's her turn. So she's grappled. She can break free, making a combat maneuver check or escape artist. Does she have escape artist? She does not. So he's going to use her CMB, which is not enormous, to try and break out of this thing. So let's do her CMB.
Note to self, she's not a rogue.
Yeah, she is stuck fast, and has made herself worse in that because she's thrashing about like a crazy person. Oh no, you are astraddle the log thing that connects the horses to the straps that connects the horses to the wagon. It's an awkward position. You're sort of off balance and that kind of stuff, but you see Poe trying to keep the horses. The horses are getting increasingly agitated.
Yeah,
Okay.
that.
You.
All right, that's going to be a DC 15 roll.
That.
All right.
Go Hobbit.
Yeah,
Is it
that.
my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Can I try to continue to try to jump into the wagon seat, the driver's seat?
Yes, it will take an acrobatics check though, because you are sort of
Okay.
entangled in the
Here we go.
in the
I'm gonna
web
try
gear.
this again. I mean, supposedly,
Yeah.
Ono is nimble. So let's try this.
Okay. Oh, very good. All right. Yeah. So you extract yourself from the straps and logs, and you get yourself onto the seat of the wagon. This guy sees you up there, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm gonna try to calm and rein in the horses.
All right. Give me an animal handling
Yes, sir. Animal handling coming up.
and make it a good one.
Try.
Oh,
No.
not as good a one as you would hope. So what was your
It's better than the first one.
It's better than the first one. They don't take off, but Poe, you get the feeling that they are straining at the bit, that unless somebody gets a handle on these creatures pretty quickly, they're probably going to run off into the woods.
Well, are they harnessed to that wagon?
They are indeed, which means
Okay,
if they take off, you're taking off.
All right, okay, cool. Then great. I might be going for a little field trip.
Alabama sleigh ride.
Tomorrow the wagon is right there. Okay.
Oh, what'd they call it in the Outlaw Josie Wales? A Missouri sleigh ride when they cut loose the things on the river. They cut the guys were pulling across the river.
Yeah.
It was a Missouri sleigh ride, right?
Right.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. Wow.
Outlaw Josie Wales, great movie.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it for you, Ono?
I think so. I'm not gonna hit any more hobbits for now. And what I am gonna do is take this one for a walk, and I will be back soon.
All right. Good night. Good night tomorrow.
I mean,
Night night.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Can you say good night?
Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night, sweetheart.
See you.
Poe, you're up.
Spoken like someone who has no.
Intention of going to bed.
Oh yeah,
intention of going to
there's
sleep.
no way she's going to bed. I guarantee you, when he comes back, she's going to be with him.
Yeah.
So, all right, Poe, you're up. Horses are getting anxious, and Ono does not seem to be calming them down in the slightest.
I guess I'll go over to the war horse and try to see if I can't guide that one closer to them to try to calm them down using his presence.
Okay. So that war horse, yes, if you grab his harness, it is a calm and easily controllable animal, well-trained horse.
Okay, well, I'll try to get him next to the other two horses and see if that doesn't calm them down. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't.
You want to sort of like move him like in front of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah,
All
put
right.
their faces with him or something.
Sort of move him like to around there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
as
animal handling, it would be.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. You the horse moves easily, and you kind of put him in front of them, and it does seem to have a bit of a calming effect on these other horses. This horse seems supremely calm, very well trained, follows you implicitly, even just the twinchiest sort of thing on the thing. The guy is laying on the ground over here, still stunned. but you also notice as you move the horse, you sort of end up sort of over here in front next to this previously stunned hobbit. You see him reaching down to grab his little sword. And he is I'm gonna put this guy here. That's the fallen guy. You see this guy reaching down and grab his sword. Her sword, I think.
Don't even think about it.
She,
Here, let me do it.
I think it's her. Let me check.
It looks like her.
I'll say
Yeah, that's
stand
her.
down, stand down, calm down. No swords needed here. 27 diplomacy to try to.
Okay.
Calm down. Did you just change your words to calm down because she has breasts? Seriously?
No.
Oh my god.
Stand down, calm down.
Uh-huh.
It was.
Hope you're cozy
I've
out
s-
there in the studio.
I've said calm down to a woman maybe twice in my life.
Try, less the better one is don't get hysterical on me.
That's a good one too. Oh man. All right. So she looks at you. It's definitely a woman, a hobbit woman, and it's definitely a Mwangi hobbit. And she looks at you. So she sort of stops halfway down to the ground. Her hand stops. She's looking at you. She has not grabbed her weapon, but her hand's like still out there, kind of like she's just stopped.
It's because she's trying to decide whether to throw it at you or the guy on the ground.
I'm not even gonna. There's something that came into my head to say, and I'm not gonna say it because I'll die. I'm a big no. I didn't live to 56 years old by saying things like this to women. So, all right. So it's their turn. He's gonna. So the guy. So to get if you're in a web, but you want to walk out, it is
It's just difficult terrain.
It's difficult terrain. So he is going to walk out to here. And he comes around the thing. He looks at Wraith. He says, "Look, I don't know what you did, sir, and I don't know what's wrong with her, but she's our friend, and please don't kill her. She's just I don't know why she's so crazy, but and you could hear her still. I mean, it's hard to hear him over the screeching that's going on in the web. She's losing it. But he's like, look, I don't know why she's so freaked out like her, but please don't kill her.
Please don't tell her to calm down.
Please don't tell her to calm down. She'll lose her."
That works every time.
These two
Just
yell
tell her
out.
calm down. It'll be okay.
These two yell out, "This is for Steve!" Ooh, both hits. Okay, yeah, that's probably going to do him. And they plunge their daggers into him, and he lets out a. And you could hear him coughing blood, and he's like, "You shouldn't have killed Steve. You got what you deserve, you piece of crap." And then this woman here next to you, Poe, stands back up and puts her her hands up like this and says, I won't, but I don't want to forget it once this is all over. You just let me pick it up and put it in my scabbard."
I'm going to whisper to Titus, ask him to tell Vondram to try to get over here and get this guy tied up that's on the ground before they kill him.
Oh,
He's just
I have a
passed out.
plan. All right.
Well,
That's fine, but tell Poe that I got dibs on the guy in the pit, my little bully friend over there.
I'm tired of being the go between you people. Why don't you just make up and talk?
Broadcasting message.
Yeah, passing message relayed.
okay.
All right, so that's the hobbits. The woman under you, Arendar, is like grunting and groaning, and finally she says something like, "Unhand me, sir. I've done nothing to you. Are you brigands?"
Yes.
Okay. Brigands then. Well, unhand me. I have nothing of value for you. And she's kind of wiggling, but also you could tell that she's not really making a concerted effort to escape, because you get the feeling that she feels like that would be counterproductive. Also, she is very aware that you have a falcata in your pocket.
Yeah.
Is she still whispering to
He's
people?
just happy to see her.
I'm just happy to see her.
But she's like, unhand me, you brigand! I've done nothing, and I have nothing for you.
Consent is important.
Consent is important. That is the rule. All right.
Gagger. I'm yelling at Titus to tell Arendar, Gagger, before she whispers to her friends about how many of us and where we are. And
The dwarf in the pit has gone silent, what with all the screaming. The other guy is now, he's on his he only has 3 rounds of stunned left. He's just laying there kind of like, and all the other horsemen are dead. Vondrum's turn.
I'm going to move over here and tie this guy up like Poe asked. That's it. That's my move.
All right, with
Repeat,
okay, so
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Tell Arendar to gag that woman before she messages her, whoever she was talking to before. You said she was whispering like she was messaging.
All right, pass along. Did you hear that, Arendar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm 5 feet away. Just listening, guys.
Do I see? Yeah, actually, Lorelai's glowing, so she's not hiding, right?
Yep.
no, she's not hiding, as far as I
Okay.
know.
Then when they tell me that, I'm gonna look around and have Lorelai. Hey, Lorelai, can you come gag her? My hands are kind of tied right now.
Well, Lorelai's a foot tall. Oh, gag her. Okay.
Gag her. Yeah, can you
All
come
right.
grab her? No, I didn't say
Gag
grab
her
her.
with a
Gag her.
spoon.
All right. I don't know. That's up to Poe how Lorelai responds to that. Wraith is up though.
I'll come.
So the guy's begging you not to kill her, his friend. He doesn't know why he doesn't. You get the impression that he really is sort of flummoxed by the reaction she is having. But he's like, look, she's my friend. Don't kill her.
So first, I'm going to point to the web. Say, whatever that is, I didn't do it. And
Okay.
I've told you twice now that I have no intention of killing her. Don't make me tell you a third time.
Or you'll kill me.
No, I'll just get annoyed and probably bop you on top of the head.
Okay. He's
I've
like, look,
answered-
sorry, I didn't mean
I've
anything by
answered
it. I
that
saw
question
you
already.
kill the other guys. I don't know who you are. We don't know what you're trying to do here.
So you said that you're a merchant.
Yes, of course. We're Hobbit merchants from the plains. We're just coming out of Bresk. We've had a successful trip, but then these guys came onto us and said that Beckhoff was under arrest and needed to be taken back. We all had to come back.
Was Beckhoff with you the entire time?
What do you mean? Like in the same room? Well, no, of course not.
No,
We
on your
did all kinds
merchant
of.
trip. She
Well,
went
sure.
with you and came back with you.
Yes, of course.
And she had nothing to do with any of whatever the unpleasantness is she's being accused of.
It would be impossible. She was with us most of the time in the city. I mean, she had some other business that she was taking care of, but that's not. There's nothing. There's she does it all the time. There was nothing out of the ordinary.
Other
She's
business
not
she
an
was taking care
assassin.
of?
I've known her practically all my life. Certainly all my business life. We've been partners for years.
Sense motive.
23. As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. He seems as shocked as you.
Okay, at this point, I believe that all of the horsemen are handled, not necessarily all dead.
3 dead, 1 in a pit, 1 tied up.
Right.
Good to
All of the horsemen have been neutralized at least.
Correct.
So why don't you go back to the wagon
Okay.
and you'll meet with you can see your fellows. I think one of them got harmed. I didn't do it. I don't know.
It wasn't Steve, was it? He was my favorite.
I don't know. I have
Okay.
to apologize, but you all look the same to me.
All right.
Now I don't know.
Hobbits all look the same to me.
I don't know why she's freaking out. All I know is that she's freaking out, and for the time being, she's safe. So she can safely freak out in whatever that thing is, and I'll give her that time. but there's a horseman in the pit, in a pit. And there apparently there's one other still alive. So we have things to address other than the fact that she's freaking out.
Okay. All right. He's like, yeah, absolutely. I'll go there. Maybe I could be of some help to my friends.
Good idea.
Okay. He starts making movement noises and heading back that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I still move?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I'll do a double move over here to the edge of the pit.
Okay. You look in, you can see it about what was it, 15 feet down. There's a dwarf. He's kind of dirty and dusty, and his nose is bleeding, and he's kind of like, a little help here. How about a rope? Rope ladder would be better, but a rope with knots in it would be okay as well. I didn't even see this pit. How's my horse?
What horse?
I'm at the end of my move.
All right.
But I'll go,
Erendar.
your horse seems to be frolicking in a field gone.
Oh man, I spent years training that horse. You know how hard it is for a dwarf to ride a horse?
I'm sure when it finds a wild pack, they will appreciate its solid discipline.
Hey, if you let me out of here, I'll go get my horse, okay? Where are my friends?
Which
Where
one?
are the rest of our squad?
Some of them aren't with us anymore.
What? What happened? Did the hobbits kill them? Oh, I knew these hobbits were trouble. Oh. You know they're behind they're involved in the attack on the king. You know that, right?
We do not know that.
I
right.
do not know that. And neither do you. You just know what you've been told by your commander, who was told by somebody else. And if everybody's lying to everyone, you rode out here to kill some people for no fucking reason.
We weren't supposed to kill him. We were supposed to capture him.
And the
then
guy
back off.
And the guy who grabbed her and ran off on the horse with a poignard to the throat, he didn't seem to be too much interested in judge, jury, justice. He was just going to execute.
No, that was me. I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted her to quit wiggling. You know how hobbits are. They're just wiggling all the time.
That wasn't him that took her, was it?
I think it was, yeah.
I thought it was the
I
first
thought it was the guy that was after.
Yeah, that I put arrows in the first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that it was him. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So it wasn't him.
Right. So that's
All
enough.
right. Anyway, he's protesting. Erendar, what do? You've got her tackled. She's not struggling, but she's like, get off of me, you brigand.
Okay, if she's not struggling, can I tie her up? Because I've already got her grappled.
Yeah.
If they're
It would be
fighting, you
difficult
have
for you to tie her up and hold her at the same time. But Lorelai, you asked Lorelai if she could give you do you want to delay until after Poe? That'll give Lorelai time to gag her.
Well,
I don't think you can tie her. Well,
is she very physically imposing?
no, not very physically imposing at all.
So
She's
if
not
I'm
really
on top of
struggling.
her and she's on her stomach laying down.
Yeah. All right. I guess you could probably, do
Then
some.
once I've got her grappled and controlled, I can just kind of reach around, grab some rope, and then start wrapping around her arms, like behind her.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. If I can.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Give me a dex check, maybe.
Dex check.
Yeah, just sort of, unless you have like,
How about
handle
CND
rope
against
or
her
something.
CND again?
huh? You want to do? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, no problem. You get a cord wrapped around her hands. Is
Oh.
there any other particular areas you want to bind? That came out wildly wrong.
No, right now, so I've asked them to send Lorelai to gag her.
Okay.
I'm just getting, so she's facing the ground. I'm tying her arms behind her back.
Lorelai pulls that thing from her pocket. You're not sure where she got that.
Hey, whatever
Pulp
works.
Fiction, I think.
Wow.
That's some sort.
I was
some
gonna
sort
say,
of
I don't judge.
some sort of Fey thing, I think.
So now Arendar is going to play with her, so to speak.
Oh
So
my
she
God.
was saying, unhand me, I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
After he gets her secured and starts wrapping ropes around there, actually, while he's doing that, he's gonna be toying with her, basically saying, "Oh, I really like you," trying to make her uncomfortable. And then right when she's like super confused,
You're making me uncomfortable.
yeah, he's gonna say, in her words in Sargavan,
Uh-huh.
actually, what piqued my interest was when you said, and then he's gonna repeat what she said in Sargavan.
It was mostly a string of swear words when the firecracker went off next to her.
So, but he's gonna repeat those words in Sargavan,
Okay.
and he's like gonna see, this is actually what piqued my interest in you.
And she replies in the same in Sargavan. Well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why would anyone speaking Sargavan pique anyone else's interest? Are you from Iladir? Which is the capital of Sargavan.
He's not gonna engage. He's just gonna finish wrapping her up and
All right, cool. Titus, you're up.
I'm gonna go grab that wand.
Okay, you're gonna fly down there. You're still invisible.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
I
you're gonna
can't
grab that
see
wand.
myself.
Yeah, you can get over there easily and scoop it up. She hasn't noticed yet, but she probably will. But yeah, you've got it.
Okay. For my turn is over. I know I can't cast spell, but or can I? Can I detect what it is?
You could give me a knowledge arcana.
Sure. 12.
12. All right. You can't tell what kind of wand it is, although you definitely get the vibe that it is divine as opposed to arcanic. Which means that your skills will likely be unable to either determine it or, I mean, theoretically you could use it, but you would need a lot more instruction. And it's divine magic, so
Well, I'm divine.
no, you're not.
you're not. You're arcane. You're
Well,
lying to me.
Oh, if
You
I
got
can get away
celestial
with it,
heritage,
yeah.
but you're still arcane.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're a sorcerer. You're
I
arcane.
figured with not ASMR.
Yeah, the Asmar, like I said, you got celestial heritage, but
Okay, spoil sport.
All right, you've got it, but it's divine magic. You're not sure what it is, and pretty sure you wouldn't want to tempt fate by using it. Beckoff is still in the web. She is struggling still, screaming still, and basically just sort of in hysterics. Oh no, see there? See back
Hi.
yet?
All right.
Hey, there he is. Did Tamar go to
hey.
bed? Because we all were betting that she wouldn't.
She stayed up past 11
Yep.
p.m. No idea what that's about. She was hungry.
Okay.
So who knows?
That might have been it. All right.
Anyway, I'm still in the driver's seat of the wagon. I think I'm going to try again to use handle animal to
Okay.
calm those horses.
Put a +2 bonus on it for as Poe has put the other horse directly in front of these horses, which is having a calming effect.
All right, so +2 and under temp, and I'm going to roll this and.
Hey,
All right, that works. The horses begin to calm down. They stop stamping. They stop snorting, and you feel like you have control of the wagon and could drive it if you want.
I don't want to drive over any people in the road. So
that's half the fun of it.
You do hear somebody from the side going, "Hey, what are you doing with our wagon?"
I'm just gonna keep your wagon right here, sir. I have calmed the horses and
The hell you say?
no, we're all gonna just calm down and we're gonna sort things out using our words. We're gonna use our words.
Calm down. What the?
Can, can, can I use handle animal on this guy?
Can you use handle animal on a hobbit? Ooh, that's racist.
I'm sorry. All right, never mind.
He's got a little dwarf in him.
Sir Hobbit, everything will be fine. Your wagon and your ponies are in good hands. If you will please just stand down, we will get this all sorted out. My colleagues are absolute pro professionals, and everything is going to be just fine. Can I try some sort of
Like a diplomacy
yeah,
kind of thing? Yeah, you could try.
I mean, I'll try it. So just in case. Is it 16?
Well, he doesn't seem mollified, but he's not yelling at you right now.
Yeah.
So he's not yelling. So he's like, he's very disgruntled, and he's got a sword with blood on it. So, you know, you never know. All right, I think that's it for Ono. Poe, what are you doing? Looks like Ono's finally got these horses in line.
Okay, and Bondi's got the other guy tied up.
He's got it tied up, yeah.
I'm gonna walk over towards Lorelei and Arendar then. Let's see here.
Okay.
20, 30, 40. And then Lorelei's gonna fly up, and then together we can probably help tie Gagger or whatever.
All right, get her tied up.
Yeah.
Okay, shouldn't be an issue. With the three of you there, or well, at least the two of you, Lorelei isn't that much help, but yeah,
Tons
with
of help.
you and Arendar can easily get her sort of wrapped up and tied up. And gagged. She is gagged as well. That's Poe. This guy, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's gonna go over here and begin talking. Vondram, you see one of the little hobbits come up here and talk with her. This hobbit picks up her sword and sheathes it and is talking with this guy. This guy says, "Come on, let's get Steve." And they go over there. And this woman comes around here, and you can see them. She's got tears on her face, but they're like, "We can't leave him here." Like he's saying, he's looking up at Ono, but he's like, "We can't leave him here. We got to get him back in the wagon. We got to take him back home."
Hey Les, if they're not hurt that bad, I can do a burst and try to get some of them at least stabilized. I mean, they weren't at -10, right? Or were they?
Well, some of them were, yeah. Steve was.
He was. All right. Well, I will. Well, I'll do that next time.
Okay. And then the woman underneath Arendar is like, she's like, because she's gagged and tied up. You're just still laying on her just for fun?
Just cause.
Just cause? Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? We don't have any battles going on right now. Do you guys want to stay in? But there's still several things. So you've got.
Yeah.
So let's pause here as we go through because well let's do Vondram. Vondram, what are you going to do? You've just tied up this guy. You see these two hobbits talking to each other. They're looking at you, but they haven't said anything to you.
I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, "Leave him alone." Looking at the guy at the ground. Just leave him alone.
Okay. We don't mean to do anything. They attacked us.
Okay, just leave him alone. I'm going to walk over to my friend Wraith and look down and say, "There you are." And look down in the pit and look at Wraith and say, "They got the mage back there. I don't know. I think she was still alive last I looked."
This your handiwork?
Yeah, I can't find that magic missile wand. And I look down at the guy. That's all I say.
He's like, "How about forgetting about that and send me a rope?"
No, I think you have some more information to share with us. Someone who goes after women on a horse. What kind of guy are you?
Now you wait a second. Now that's just no woman. That is a poisoner and an assassin.
Here it is.
What the?
My magic missile wand.
Oh. Do you have a magic missile wand?
No, I don't. I point my finger at him. I don't need a
Oh,
wand.
okay. Oh, okay. Whoa. Hey, lady. Whoa. Or sir. I mean, whoever you are, please,
My-
please don't shoot. I'm
turn
just
is up.
okay. I'm just a member of the thing. All right. So we're at the round here. So we got a couple of things happening, right? So I'm not gonna get rid of the turn order just yet because we may need to stay in it. But you've got several things happening. So you've got the human woman who was sort of skulking about in the woods, tied up and gagged. And I'm shuddering to think about what that interrogation is going to look like. Ono is now he's like, I'm driving the wagon. So these guys are picking up their dead friend and they're pulling him. They're essentially picking him up and bringing him around to the back of the wagon. It looks like they're going to put him in the wagon. You can hear them. Oh no, you can hear them plainly talking about the idea of we have to bring him home to our village. They'll never forgive us if we leave him here out in the dirt. Wraith and Vondram, you guys are standing over the pit. The pit is still viable. How long does it last?
It's usually only
Oh,
rounds.
you know what? I need to look that up.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to be
Mostly
distracting. I'm
bits
just
are like
working on
one
the other
round per
side.
level.
Yeah, so it's only got about another 15, 20 seconds left on it, if that's the case.
Yeah. Because yeah, if we're 7th level, it should have been 7 rounds from the time it was
Has
cast.
it been that many rounds? It hasn't been that many rounds. I've only moved like 4 times, and we created it the first time. Has it been
Yeah,
that long?
we're
It says
going
on
into
round
round
6.
6. So, and then Titus, where is Titus? Oh, Titus is over there picking up thing. All right, Titus, you could feel that there's that the little hobbit is still in your web, but Wraith and Vondra, both of you can hear her sort of tiring herself out. You know,
8
she's got
rounds less. It goes
8 rounds. Okay. So you've got about probably 3 rounds left, 4 rounds left. And yeah, because it did in round 1, so 2 rounds at this run, 7 and 8, and it will go on your turn at 8. Oh no, on 9, that's true. So you got several more rounds left. Wraith, Beckoff is sort of wearing herself out. She's still thrashing around and squawking a bit, but the volume has come way down.
Yeah. So on my turn, I'm going to ask the dwarf in the pit.
Okay.
You say all these things, but do you actually have knowledge or evidence, or is this just what you're told?
Well, I'm not an investigator. I'm just a member of the Talons.
Right. You're a member of the posse. I get that. You're a working person. I have no problem with that. I have no grudge against it. But you're stating these things as if they're fact. Are you sure that those facts are accurate?
We have orders from our commander and my commander to grab up that woman I hear still that was screaming earlier. I don't know what happened to her, but that was our job. Pick up, back off, bring her back, and she was to stand inquisition for being involved in the poisoning. Have you heard what's going on in Bresk? They killed the queen. They killed 13 people out of the king's family.
Well, yes, I've heard someone has done that. And your king, your leader at this point, your king is rightfully paranoid. I don't begrudge him that. But lashing out at randomly everybody because you're scared, that doesn't get anything done. The dude on the other horse that grabbed her out of the wagon and rode off with her appeared to be, for all intents and purposes, about to execute her without taking her back to stand trial, to do any of that. Now, did he have different orders than you did?
Our orders were to bring them back, but if they gave us resistance or attacked us with violence in any way, we were to assume that was indicative of guilt and take the appropriate measures. That was our orders.
So they hadn't attacked you in any way.
She absolutely did. She tried to stab him. She tried to stab me.
She tried to stab him after she was on the back of his horse.
Well, how did you think we were going to get her back to Bresk? On a sled?
No, at that point, you had just basically kidnapped her out of a wagon.
She was hiding in a secret spot in that wagon. There was a spot specially designed to be hidden from cursory observation. Now, that's indicative, if anything, that is indicative of their guilt.
That's
you
indicative.
Can't trust a hobbit.
That's indicative of any merchant who wants to keep their valuables safe from brigands.
Wait, when you say brigands, he's like, oh, is that what you guys are?
No, fool.
Well, oh,
But having a hiding
well, who
spot,
are you guys then?
having a hiding spot is not proof of anything except you don't want to be robbed.
I don't know. She was in the hiding spot. She was definitely pretending not to be here. That seems guilty to me. I don't know. I'm no detective, but
And
that
you-
seems like evidence of guilt. And it seemed like evidence of guilt to our commander.
Yeah, you're obviously no detective. Nor a
No,
brain
hey,
trust
look,
from what I can tell.
I'm a member of the King's Talon Guard.
Okay.
I worked hard to get this position. Now, can I come out of the pit?
And now you're in a pit.
Well, that obviously was an accident.
And you're trying to convince me to let you out of the pit. So
I
far,
am.
you're not very convincing.
Well, you can't just put us under arrest and throw us in pits. That is against the law.
But you can apparently put people under arrest and kidnap them out of a wagon when you're the authority, and that's okay.
Well, right. Yes, of course.
So then I can arrest you and put you in a pit. I'm the authority too.
But you're not the authority. You guys are brigands. You just mentioned it.
No, I said if they were to be attacked by brigands, a hiding spot would make sense.
Oh, I
I'm-
thought that was a hypothetical.
I'm
I thought
telling
you guys were the brigands.
I'm the authority.
All right.
At least as much as you're telling me you're the authority. You all made that shit up.
No, we are the King's Talons. You see these? You see this livery? You see these badges? We're the King's Talons.
I'm gonna reach next to me and pull out a twig. See this badge? That means I'm the authority.
You guys aren't from around here, are you?
About as valuable as yours. And flick it into the pit.
Does that? He looks at the stick. He's like, does that mean you're not going to let me out of this pit?
I'm not.
Ugh.
Until you've changed your attitude, and I can trust you're not going to try to kill people.
Why would I try to kill people?
You did it before.
That wasn't me. That was him.
Him is you. You wear the same badge.
Well,
Didn't you
was
just
that?
say that was the importance?
I think philosophically, the idea of collective punishment has always been used by tyrants against the innocent, and we're not that way.
Oh, of course.
But I can
you're
see
not.
that you are.
Of
You
course,
must
you're
be-
not that way.
Must be from Sequin. No,
Why would
he's
being
kidding.
from
He doesn't say.
Sequin make a difference?
He doesn't say that. He seems affronted and a little sulky but you think that he might just be embarrassed because he lost his horse and is now in a pit.
Yeah.
You definitely get the impression that he feels that whatever their actions, being as members of and he keeps referring to themselves as members of the King's Talon.
Right.
Or the King's Talons. He says that basically these guys, you get the impression that he feels that in itself
Right.
sort of is
Just-
like a little
just-
Judge Dreddy, right? It's like, I am the
Justifies
law.
everything. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So
I did a sense motive and it's not that good. So
it's not that good, but I mean, you get the impression he firmly believes that he is absolutely the affronted party here.
Yeah. That's plenty of talking for 6 seconds.
All right, Arendar, what are you going to do? What are you and Polearm and Lorelei going to do
So
with that?
once she's
that
gagged and
woman?
tied up, I'm picking her up and then
Getting her on her feet.
Yeah, we're starting to go back.
I'm gonna go back, Les, and see if there's anybody savable of all the people that are down. See if I can do channel to any of them, if that'll impact anything.
Well, Steve is definitely dead. There's, I don't know, are any of them wounded? Not really. I mean, is she wounded? Hold on.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
so-
went 0, but it just depends on if they're at negative. You're not actually dead until you're at -10, right?
Right. Yeah, Steve was definitely at -10. I mean, you're you do the same for the horses? Or the
Yeah,
horsemen?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. They have, so one of them, this one here, oops. This one here seems to have stabilized. He's injured, grievously so, but he seems to have stabilized. The other one has bled out. The one to the south. Yeah, he's gone.
How about the guy that the hobblings or
Oh yeah, no, they got him twice in the heart.
okay, well, I guess I'll try to revive the guy that is revivable. Just
That
'cause I
attacked
can.
Arendar?
Well, he's
Yeah.
still
Don't make
he's
me
a
shoot him
cop.
again.
I mean, he's a cop, so I mean, it's not for me to say as a cleric whether he was right or wrong. I didn't know that I even saw him try to.
And actually, he might not even, yeah, he might not have seen him actually do that.
Yeah. So.
All right,
I'm not
Erendar,
gonna
you're taking her with you.
I'm bringing her back.
Okay.
And if I see that guy laying dead over there,
Yeah.
let's see how good I can.
So these guys are actually moving along the side of the wagon carrying their friend, and they're just about around to the back, and they're sort of like,
Okay.
laying him in there.
I'm going to yell at them with a 32 intimidate. Didn't I tell you what the consequences were if you killed someone? And like I said, I did that with a 32 intimidate.
A 32 intimidate. All right. Well, they certainly look 32 intimidate. Hold on a second.
They look like a 16-year-old that got busted, just getting caught coming in late.
Yeah.
Yep.
but-
What are you
Except-
really gonna do?
Except there's pee on the ground.
Yeah.
Even so, what are you really gonna do?
All right. So would you roll a 32?
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. So hold on. Let me do a quick.
We're going that, and then also as part of the intimidation is just telling them, you little twits were innocent until you did that.
Okay.
Not even close.
Not even close, but it matters. All right. So all right. As you do that, because of the fact that you were so scary and rolled a 32, this is way higher. So they drop Steve, and the furthest one lets out a yelp and immediately begins running across the turf away from you. This one scowls at you and begins running after. Wait! And they leave Steve on the ground. So they are now running, both of them, to the southeast. Titus, what are you doing?
So can I do a knowledge or skill check and cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like to use spellcraft to see if I can determine what this wand is.
Okay.
And 17.
17. All right, you're pretty sure. Now it's not your area of expertise, but it feels like it might be a wand of searing light.
Oh, she wasn't
Do
gonna
I
hurt
know what that is?
So searing light
I can use
is yeah,
beam.
it's like a
It's a
ray of
laser.
the sun. You use it as a ranged touch attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Third level spell.
And for my spell, I'm going to cast web against those runaways.
Okay.
And they're between two trees, so they're dead to rights. And it's DC 19.
Okay. DC 19. Let's see what happens. Dex checks. Oh, they're both stuck. That guy's now yelling, "Son of a biscuit!" They're like, they come in, they steal our stuff, they kill our people, they killed Steve, and now they've got us in these spider webs. What the heck? Now, does doing one spider web cancel out your ability to have the other spider
No.
web?
No.
So you can just do as many as you want. Well, that stinks.
You just
Uh,
Well, as many as you've got the spell memorized.
Okay. All right. So they are caught. So, Poe, you hold this guy. So he gets back up to like. So how many points did you do to him? Healing?
I didn't roll it. Let me.
Or are you still going to do healing? Because
If
I think
it's just the one, I'm going to do a cure light then. Yeah. see if
Cure Light. Okay.
Second. That's a D8 plus 1, I believe, right? If you're
Yes,
Sure.
I believe so.
the level. Second. D8 plus 5, actually.
Excuse me. 10 points. All right, so that will bring him a little bit back. So he's got. There we go. So he sits up, and his horse. Whoops. And his horse sort of like ambles over to him and sort of, nuzzles him a little bit. He sits up with his back against the tree. He's like, "Oh, thank you. What the hell happened? Did we catch? Wait, did we catch him? Are they caught?"
We don't know what's going on yet, but your commander is over in the middle of the road here if you want to go sit with him.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Wait, why is he tied up?
Because we don't know what's going on yet.
All right,
Be
so
glad
he
you're alive. I could have let you die.
gets to his feet and comes over, and sits down next to the commander. The commander is like, "I don't know what's got into these people, but they've created a hell of a mess. I think the lieutenant's dead." And he's like, "I think somebody else is dead too. There's a lot of dead people around here. I think we've run into brigands." All right. So how are we resolving? So you've got Arendar, you've got the woman from the woods. Oh no, you've got the wagon under control.
Yeah.
Poe, you've healed one of the horsemen, and you got tied up. These two guys are just sort of these two other remaining hobbits are just sort of standing there, and they're conversing in whispers, but they haven't done anything other than that. Wraith, you and Vondram are standing over the pit, which is only going to last a couple more rounds, and you have 3 hobbits, including Beckhoff, trapped in webs. What's the plan?
Vondram's mind, I think we just hang on to a guard or two until we figure out what chick in the web knows. I mean, I think she's got the most information. Why did they want her? What does she have? Where was she heading?
I'm very curious as,
Why was the mage here?
yeah,
I've
once we
got-
get
I've
together
got
and
a,
share everything that everyone knows, because right now
Yeah,
there's
I've got-
things that Arendar doesn't know. But once we all get together and talk about, who saw what, when, and all that kind of stuff.
I can do the zone of truth spell. I got a wand of that.
Awesome. So should we keep them in their 3 zones and like get them up one at a time? I'll sit here and babysit this guy.
So
Or well,
at that stage, I've got questions for the mage chick. Like I said, he wouldn't have questions until after we've all sat together and compared
Notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
what happened to who, when.
Zone of truth is a 20-foot radius, so we can pretty much get everybody
Put
in
them all
that
there.
radius and figure it out. But they
Although-
all set, so we'll save, I think, right?
It's a
Yeah.
will save. They can still, and if they've blown it or if they've made their
Made
save,
it.
right?
oh, you do? Do you?
I'm asking less.
I know.
Well, I think for Zone of Truth that they physically can't tell anything but the truth.
Right.
Right, but if they can beat a will save and break through it.
Okay.
But don't you
Fine.
know if they
I'm
have?
confirming.
Yeah,
that.
you would know.
Yeah.
You would know that they're just not affected by it.
Right.
You can't, I mean, obviously they wouldn't tell, the truth and that, but
We can haul our guy out of the pit right into a set of ropes and tie him to the
how
wagon.
long does Zone of Truth last?
1 minute
It's,
per level.
It's a minute, yeah.
Okay,
Minimum 7, I think, because it
Okay.
wants a second spell.
so I'm not exactly wanting these people to be together when we're
Right.
questioning. I want to question them in 3 separate groups. The mage chick by herself, the hobbits by themselves, and then the guards by themselves. And
Okay.
I don't want one group hearing what the other group's saying or what we're asking or whatever.
Right.
So
Okay.
let's just neutralize everybody first, get them all tied up or whatever, or
I can make another pit just for this purpose. The Inquisition, the pit of Inquisition.
Well, those pits only last for rounds though.
Well, that's true. We just tie him up somewhere. I guess.
Yeah,
All right. So how are you dividing them up?
like I said, mage by
Guards.
herself,
Hobbits.
and then
And
hobbits by themselves, all the hobbits together.
Okay.
I think you should keep this chick hobbit separate.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think her reaction has been so different than theirs
Right.
that she's
I
been
honestly don't have
traveling
any
with them.
questions for them.
She's been traveling with them as a merchant, etc. But she could have had ulterior stuff going on the whole time that they have no
No
idea.
yeah,
about.
he said that she goes off and does errands and stuff that
Yeah.
so she
So-
could very well be a by. Yeah.
Unless you have questions for the random hobbits, the random merchant.
Not really.
people,
I-
They
then
were
I-
ready to run off too. They were getting ready to just walk off and leave her. So it's
It
not
would
like
be
they're-
her and the guards.
Actually,
and,
just the two, just the
and
three
the-
girls.
and the
Just the two
Sargavan.
girls and maybe the captain. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure the captain was lying either, but that's just gut.
He's not going to know anything,
Yeah,
probably.
they're
I honestly think they told us what kind of was
Like-
going on.
like
They were
Gordon
told to go
said.
grab this person and
they're
back.
cops.
Yeah.
They were given a mission and they went to do it. So they don't know anything else.
So the important ones is to get the Hobbit and the mage.
The
Those are the
Sargavan.
two that, yeah,
And apparently she's a cleric.
yeah. Which means she's gonna have a good will save.
Oh, hey, Les, I want to do what would that knowledge be to figure out what her worship is?
Knowledge religion.
Yeah.
Do we want to let these
18.
guys go back to the king? These, the captain and them. Do we want to just let them run back to the king?
Well,
It depends on what we find out from,
I
yeah.
think we should
The
hang on to
Hobbit.
them first.
if the Hobbit's guilty, then we're taking this Hobbit back and we're taking these guys back with us to go to the king.
Yeah.
18 less to try to determine what the deity that she worships about that with the mask.
You could, so the mask itself is not a is a holy symbol as far as you can tell.
Magic item?
However, it's not magic either. However, I'm gonna send you a quick message.
Disbelieve. Yeah, does she have any kind of holy symbol on her? You think she's a cleric, so she should have one.
She should have one, yeah. Hold on, let me I have to look and find out what the holy symbol is. Hold on a second.
So she's probably part of the scourge. Huh.
I thought too.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Being Sargovan speaking and magic and pissed off that we found her.
Yeah. They apparently they wear masks, each custom.
Oh.
So that
Sarah,
means that
So we're
gonna
looting her and executing her.
Yeah.
well, except she was whispering to somebody. We need to figure out who the hell that
Right.
was. If
And
whisper
that's
is not
hopefully
that
the
far,
zone truth will find out.
what's
what is the
distance?
range of
Yeah.
whisper?
30 feet.
She might have been whispering to the Hobbit. If she really is an assassin, she could be a spy for Sagava.
She could have been trying to free the Hobbit. She could have been following the
Yeah.
wagon, prepping
That
to
was-
She
free
may be
her.
controlling the Hobbit.
Well, or working with her. I mean, if she was whispering to somebody, then there's somebody in this group that was working with her.
Oh, if
probably.
we've got these guys all neutralized, Wraith saw the little girl pick some paper out of the guy's pocket. We need to find out what that is.
So you do find a small charm in a small pouch that the woman is wearing, Poe. And at first you don't recognize it. But then you realize what it is. At first you're thinking it's a small it's a small sort of stylized symbol that looks like, well, the first thing that you think of is that it is a symbol of Asmodeus. But then you realize that it's not. It's not Asmodeus at all. In fact, when you look at the thing, it looks like an Asmodeus, but an Asmodeus symbol, but it's twisted in certain ways that it looks like it has been fractured into something similar to what you might terrestrial call like a Gemini symbol, something of a twin. You do give me another knowledge religion. 18.
Yeah,
You do recollect long ago there were stories of something that had happened in Cheliax a while back. That there was a creature that had been released in a town called West Crown, and the name of that creature was Liebdaga the
Liebdaga.
Twin.
I was gonna say several
Yeah,
of us
that's
know what we're
right.
talking, what it is, but
Yeah.
our characters would not.
You're not sure what was associated with that, but it was definitely not a deity in the strictest sense. Maybe a Balor, you think? Definitely a devil.
Okay, we need to do this zone of truth, and like I said, whenever we've got the little girl tied up, the Hobbit, what piece of paper did she grab from the guard?
That's
All right, so
what
I'm assume you're gonna at whatever point, Titus, you're going to at their request get rid of the obviate the webs, that way they can grab and
sure,
tie up.
yeah.
Okay. So are you gonna tie up these two over here?
As long as they don't fight, just let them stand around, but
Well, they're not fighting, but they're definitely grumbling. So, but this one, she's weeping openly now. She's
About Steve?
and mumbling to herself. Not about Steve. She doesn't even really know Steve's here. So you've got her sort of. I'm going to put her over here, down the road a little bit. You've got. I'm assuming you're going to tie her up.
yeah.
Okay.
You're
And
not
le-
gonna
you
have
can
Don guest as Mub sometime soon here, are
you
you?
can leave the other two in the web for now.
Do you want to leave the other two in the web?
Well, it keeps them under control and they can continue to grumble without causing any issue for the questioning.
Web lasts a while, 10 minutes per level, so it could be over an hour. It would last throughout the questioning if you want to just leave
Yeah.
them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave them there.
Okay.
Like I
So you
said,
got
we got her tied up. What piece of paper did she grab from the guard?
You search her. So she basically, you pull out that piece of papyrus, and it's basic. And as you read it, it's basically their orders, and it says, based along the lines of, by the order of King Steppengard, blah blah blah. You as the squad of Talons are hereby ordered to capture one Bekov suspected of being involved in the poisoning, and there's a whole list of people, and the attacks on, and there's another list of people, all with the last name Steppengard, and is to be returned forthwith to Bresk for interrogation and determination of guilt. If during the course of lawful and it's like if during the course of lawful capture Bekov resists, you are authorized to slay her, as resisting arrest would be tacit admission of guilt. Signed and sealed, the blah blah blah. But it's not signed by Steppengard. It's signed by a different name. Nina Glibglammer.
Okay. This is an important piece of paper. We're going to hang on to this. Can we do the zone of truth and start questioning her? We only got 13 minutes left. I'd like to get the questioning done tonight.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Who do you want to question first?
Little girl.
Okay. The
Hobbit.
The
the
Hobbit.
Hobbit.
Hey, when we
All
say
right.
little girl, how little is she? I mean, is she 9 or is she like just?
No, she's a grown.
girl?
She's a
No,
grown
she's
Hobbit
small.
woman.
She's a
Okay,
Hobbit,
just
so
a
she's only like
small person.
3 foot tall.
She's just 3 foot tall. Yeah.
She just looks like a girl, sort of.
Yeah, in a Hobbity way, she kind of looks like. Well, she looks like this. Yeah, I mean,
the humans, hobbits.
That's more Nomi.
they would just be a child to your eyes. All right, so she's sobbing to herself. She's doing that thing where you're trying to calm yourself down. You're like, that kind of thing, and she seems not even remotely calmed down. But she's like, "What do you want with me? I've done nothing, and everybody's trying to hurt me or kill me, and your friend is gonna kill me, and he's gonna kill me." She points at Wraith, or we can't really point, but she nods her head. She's tied up.
Hey, Les, give her a will save for the zone of truth, because I'm
Okay.
pretty much right away.
All right.
And that's a wand, so I don't know what the minimum level. Zone of truth is a 2nd level spell, so I guess that would be maybe is that a 17?
Mm-hmm. I think yes. And she's like, why are you guys hurting me? I've done nothing. All I want to do is go home, and now our we're now we're in even more trouble because those guys are dead, and now it's all just things are terrible.
So she saved it. Was that
Yeah.
your role?
Right.
That was my role, yeah.
Yeah, she saved.
And you know she saved it.
Yeah.
Okay, get her out. Get the other chick in.
Okay, dragging her out. Where are you taking me? Is this it? Is this the final thing? Are you gonna slay me? Is that what this is about? She's like the whole time just talking about blue streak. All right, I'm assuming you removed the gag.
Not until after she's in there. Actually, we go in there and ask Bo if she seems affected by this spell.
Nope.
She does not.
So
She seems calm. She hasn't said anything, obviously, because she's got the gag in her mouth. But she hasn't struggled. She hasn't done anything crazy. She hasn't tried to escape. You say walk that way. She walks over there. You know, that kind of thing. She's been very passive.
yeah. So I'm okay to question her even though she's not forced to tell the truth. As long as, yeah, we'll have someone close to her with a gag.
I mean, we can burn another casting of it and
Right. Let's save that
Make
for
'em-
next.
yeah,
I
make 'em-
want to ask her a few things before.
Make another saving throw.
Yeah.
yeah, they could both do another save on another
Right.
zone.
Another cast. Yeah.
You're gonna put this one back in there too, so they're both in there.
No. I just want to talk to her by herself.
Okay. Which one? The
The Sargavin chick.
Sargavachik. Okay, cool.
So
Okay.
So she's got to do another roll.
no.
No.
I'm just asking her a quick question before.
And I'm gonna move to within 30 feet of her
Okay.
and knock an arrow.
So we can
Okay.
murder her pretty quick.
When he takes the gag off, I'm gonna
Pull it
aim.
back and hold it.
Yeah. So if she seems to try and cast a spell of any kind, I'm gonna put an arrow through her head.
Oh, so you're essentially going op fire on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So I'm gonna take the gag off and say, so who are you really? You're not just a old woman passing through here.
I told you my name. My name is Torax. My first name's Betsy. Betsy Torax from Eladir. She smiles sweetly at you.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna explain this holy symbol or that wand that you said was not gonna hurt anybody.
I never fired that wand at anybody, but I didn't know what was going on. I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
So I pulled my wand. I've carried that wand with me for many leagues. It is it's mine and I would like it back.
Yeah, we'll see. What about the trying to think. Who were you talking to before Lorelei approached you?
Well, I wasn't talking to anybody. Sometimes I talk to myself a little bit. It's a bad habit, I know. But I do have a tendency when I'm nervous, I do have a tendency to talk to myself. Maybe that's what your darling little Faye thought. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to mislead you. You know, sometimes we have, sometimes I'm sure you understand. Sometimes bad habits can get away with you in times of stress.
Okay. Let's try the second casting.
Okay. So I have to make another will save?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ooh, okay.
It failed.
Failed that one. So
Do the other one too while you're doing it, Les, so we can know if she.
Oh, right. Okay. That would be this one here. Oh, okay.
You failed
the
too.
second casting works on both of them. So
I'm just gonna put her in there. I know they're not in there at the same time.
right. So asking the Sargavin chick,
Uh-huh.
who are you talking to or ordering around before Lorelei approached you?
Well, it's like I told you before. I do have some bad habits.
You didn't answer my question. Who are you talking to? Or ordering around?
Well, I mean, that's really sort of a strange question, don't you think? I mean, you know that I was out there with there was nobody nearby. Who could I be talking to?
Are you controlling the halfling girl?
The little halfling? No, of course not. Why would I control halflings? No, I was just
Are you
traveling on my way to Bresk.
are you part of the scourge?
Well, that's an awfully nasty thing to say. Now, I've heard about these scourge people, and they are nobody to mess with.
Are you part of the scourge?
Well,
Do you work with them?
I
Are you
just
part of
don't
them?
understand where these questions are coming from. I have not been, I haven't been, I have done nothing to you or anything, and then you just come out and tackle me out of
Hey,
the blue.
you see my brother over there that's got that arrow trained at you?
Yeah,
Hello?
one
What's
more
our
evasive
station?
answer, and
Are
this
you
arrow goes through your head.
are you two twins?
No,
That's darling.
we don't even know each other.
One more
Question is
evasive
that.
answer, and this
Okay,
arrow goes
don't
through
kill
your
her
head.
though, because if this is what I think it is.
Okay, one more evasive answer, and this arrow goes through your leg.
Please
Yeah.
don't do that. I have done nothing to offend you. I mean,
You're not
if you
answering the
if you
question.
want my money, you could take it.
That's
What
a
do you want?
lie.
Are
You
you
can't
part of the
say
scourge
that.
or working with the scourge? Yes or no? Yes
Just not-
or no?
I-
I'm gonna tell Ono to go take a walk.
Don't hurt
Yeah,
her.
you're not standing with these out. She's done nothing. She never attacked anybody. She never talked to anybody. She gave no offense. Out of the blue, Arendar tackles her, ties her up. Now he's asking her questions, accusing him of all these horrible things.
And then he tells Ono to go take a walk.
Then he tells Ono to take a walk to make sure that
Hey,
they can
Ono.
beat on her.
Ono's
Nice.
50 feet away on horses. So,
So
Ono, go search the wagon. Yes, go search the wagon and see what's there.
So she looks at Wraith and she says, "Please don't shoot me in the knee. I'll tell you what you want to know. Yes, I was recruited by the Scourge, as we all were. There really was no choice for us to either join or not.
Okay, she has to tell the truth here.
She has to tell the truth. She
Okay.
says it. I was recruited
she's
by the
part of the Scourge.
Scourge, and there was no choice.
Okay. So, who were you talking to before Lorelei approached you? I want a name. I don't want to hear about bad habits.
His name is Rovus, and he's my superior officer in the Scourge.
Okay. Why were you here watching this interaction?
I am going to Bresk to assist my comrades with their discussions with King Steppengard. That is why I'm on this road. Now, what happens here with these fellows has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
Seems like tell the truth. She's in the zone of truth.
Oh yeah, she's it.
It may have been wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
I mean, she doesn't say that. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Do you know anything personally about? I'm sorry, no. Do you know who poisoned the king?
I do not.
Not the king, but the king's
Poison the
family.
queen.
I don't know.
Do you know if the scourge was involved in that?
I don't know.
Okay. Do we have any more questions for her before we flip to the?
I have a question.
Mhm.
We know she's Scourge, yes?
Yeah.
She admitted she was Scourge. She admitted she was recruited by the Scourge, but she also said that she did not have a choice in the matter.
I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, I don't care either.
So
Well,
is there
it's
a
like-
reason to
It's like being in the Boy Scouts. You know,
is
once you
there a
go
reason
Weeblo,
to
you
keep
can't
her
escape.
alive? Because
there a-
she was going to the king to petition on behalf of the
Yeah.
Sargavans
Well, no,
to
she
allow
yeah.
them through
Yeah,
to allow them to go through the pass, get behind all the stuff
Yes.
we're trying to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a reason that we're allowing her to live?
Oh no, but
Was
I
that a
just-
question for me or
No,
That's
no.
a question
It's
for
us.
Arendar.
For
I-
Arendar. Arendar has no reason to let me live, like ever.
you're just
There's,
gonna
there's a
I,
reason he asked Ono to go check the cart.
I've got a question before you do anything. I just want to know why she's worshiping Lidaga or what what he is to her. What the
Oh,
twin is to her.
my parents were from West Crown, and they always worshiped Lou Daga. I just took it up because they did. This was after you know but when several years back there was an incident where there was a whole thing where a bunch of thieves guilds had got together and they had tried to you know, hurt something, and they had, you know, the mayor quit and then was killed, and it was a whole thing. And then there was this other guy who he ultimately became the mayor. What's his name? I can't remember his name. It's the name, Mayor of a Fog. You've been to West Crown. Anyway, he took over and solved everything, and West Crown was like. But my parents always always threw a sacrifice to Lieb Daga the twin. He was a local deity of sorts, and sort of always took care of West Crown. Sort of thought of West Crown as his own city, and we always appreciated that.
Any
you
more
ever-
useful information we can get from her?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm asking
Oh,
whoever there with me questioning her.
Say that again, Mike.
Does anyone have any other questions or anything that?
yeah.
since
Did you
we
have a
started going
question,
through-
Poe?
Yeah, useful information we get out of her.
Basically, she's admitted that she's part of the Scourge. She's
Mhm.
originally from West Crown and Cheliax, but she's a native. She's a resident of Eladir in Sarkava.
Mhm.
She says she was on the way to Bresk. This is the road to Bresk.
Right.
She's on the way to Bresk to assist the Sargavan embassy there
Right.
in trying and she's basically tacitly admitted that she's going there to assist them in trying to convince King Steppengard to allow the Sargavan Fifth Corps to come through the Elite Pass. If that's their aim, that's why she's
Right.
going.
Yeah.
Now, she said that when you asked her who she was talking to, she said she was talking with her superior officer, which was who she said is an inquisitor named Rovis,
Yeah, we're writing that name down.
Rovus.
Okay. Let's see, we know she's that. They don't know anything about. Where'd she come from? Did she just come from the capital, or was she somewhere else before here?
I was at I was at Gate Pass for a while.
Does that mean that Rovus is within 30 feet of here? Is that what the range was? for
No.
Whisper? Oh.
Yeah, it probably wasn't message. It was probably some kind of scrying or something.
Yeah.
Or sending, or
Yeah.
So something else.
What spell were you using to talk to your boss?
I'd have to look.
We asked her if she knows the halfling girl. I've been listening in, but I didn't hear anybody ask that.
Oh yeah. Do you know the halfling girl?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you asked her that already, Mike. She
I have
said
no
she was
idea who
right
these
over.
people are, and I had no interest in getting involved with them. I gave you no offense. I would appreciate it if you let me go so I can carry on with my trip to Bresk and do my job. I've done nothing to hurt you. I've given you no offense. I don't know why you're putting me through all this. If it wasn't wartime, I would be very affronted about this. But I understand that everybody's very nervous about all the
Oh,
unpleasant.
if it wasn't wartime. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence anyway. Okay, to the halfling. Is everybody okay for us to go a few minutes over? Like, I said, I just want to get the questioning done before we're
I
done
am.
tonight.
I'm just standing in the other room doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
ready.
but are we finished with her?
I don't have
Well,
any questions for her.
Except for slitting her neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Oh no, are you gonna you're lawful good, right?
Oh, no, Ono's searching the wagon,
he's searching the wagon.
and I'm
And
gonna
Ono-
tell Wraith.
Either way, this is war. She's a direct.
Yeah.
I mean, she's in
He's a
direct
threat.
Nah,
a threat to what
Um,
we're doing.
She hasn't done anything to you guys.
Nope.
She just said she's trying to she's a spy going.
To try
where
and
we're
allow this
going
army to
to-
come wipe all of us out.
Yeah.
Well, she says she's just going there to help them. She didn't say that she was a spy or anything.
No, she's going there to help them, let this army through to kill all of us. So
Oh, and it's like I'm not hearing this.
yeah, he's in the wagon. And I
So
will
you,
call,
oh no, did you just summarily execute her?
She
Well,
said she
wow.
scourged. She said she scourged and was in gate pass.
and I
As
will call
soon-
out,
As
I will
soon as
call out for
Arendar,
Ono's benefit. Wraith, why don't you take her over there and let her go?
yeah, as soon as Arendar released me, she's
Mhm.
dead.
Yeah.
All right. Well, she's tied up, so she has. So all of those are going to hit. Um,
And I'm within 30 feet.
you're within 30 feet, so yeah, those are
So
all going
9
to hit.
plus 10 plus 2. And
Oh.
9 plus 4.
Got the thing here. Hold on a second. Here
It
we
could
go.
just be a coup de grace at this stage.
Yeah, it could be a coup de grace if you want to step over there and you just basically stand over her.
Basically, you can even do it with your bow.
Yeah, you can coup de grace with a bow.
Walk
Well,
up. point blank.
I'm at 30 feet. I'm already there.
But I'm just saying, you can point blank it, which
And I'm gonna tell her,
basically makes it an automatic crit.
yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
triple
say
damage on a bow.
in Chilaxian.
Okay. You speak Chilaxian?
Yes.
Okay.
Your scourge, you were in my home. Goodbye.
All right. Critical hit is triple damage with the arrows.
Yeah,
what do
and
we
then,
got
and then
here?
she has
8.
to make a fortitude save with that as the DC to not die.
If she survives the damage, which I don't know that she will.
21 for the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, just be the first one because it could garage just one attack.
All right. So that's 21 times 3 is 63. She has 59 hit points. So the arrow just plunges through her skull and she shudders once and dies.
Okay.
The halfling starts screaming again.
We loot her, or Wraith can loot her while I talk to the halfling.
All right.
Halfling, you're hiding something and we know it. What do you not want us to find out, or what? Why are you freaking out more than this should be? What do you know about these poisonings? And
I'm afraid that you're going to kill me. That's why you just killed her. So that's why I'm afraid.
okay. Did you see how evasive answers, how well it worked for her? I really need very direct, concise answers here.
Well, if you're just going to kill me afterwards, you might as well get it over with.
I don't want to kill you, but
I
I
forgot
need
the
to-
question. I actually did forget the question. What was it again?
Are you involved in the poisoning?
I never poisoned anybody.
No. Are you involved in any way in the poisoning?
I didn't poison anyone.
No, give me a yes or no answer. Are you involved at all in the poisoning of the king's family?
Well, and you could hear the hobbits from behind you going, "Yeah, are you involved in that? Seriously?" They're asking as well. And she's like, "Look, I'm not involved in any poisoning. I gave a box to a person in Bresk, and that was it. That was
And
the end of, and that was the end of it.
And the box had poison in it?
I don't know what was in the box. I didn't look in it. They told me not to, and I didn't.
Who did? Okay, so you were involved.
I wasn't involved. I didn't do anything. I gave a person a box. It
Where did you get the box? Who'd you give it to?
was given to me in my village in the North Plains, a village that the DM doesn't have a name for right now.
Okay, that's fine. And you delivered this box to someone in the city, and then they used whatever that box was to kill the king's family.
I don't know what was in the box. I had nothing to do with any of this. I was given a box. I'm a merchant. I take things, I take money, I bring them to other people, and I give them to them. That's my job.
Then why are you afraid of this then?
Because I just saw you execute that woman. Did you hear that? Oh no, on the wagon? They executed her. They just killed her and tossed her in the bushes.
Ono is upset. He is he stopped searching the wagon. He's going, oh God. Ono's gonna
Oh no, you can't trust a hobbit. You know they all lie.
No, we don't. That's the other hobbits talking.
Well, he didn't murder her in front of the whole group here. For Ono's benefit, I told Wraith, I called out, you can take her and let her go. So he took her around the corner and shot her. So anyway,
Are hobbits known to be evil in this milieu?
Yes.
Well, when you guys were in the fire, you guys were in the
Fire
fire
Force, they were all
forest. Those
crazy and
hobbits were
evil.
freaking evil as shit.
and
Okay.
crazy too.
Are these
These are not those type, but
okay?
Yeah,
they're
they
still
are.
hobbits. They're still hobbits.
The devil worshipping hobbits of the Fire Forest. That's
Okay, so I'm gonna cast it, or yeah, I'm gonna use intimidate and 22.
It's like,
On.
shouldn't
I'm
need it.
getting bored.
Yeah.
Spill the truth or I spill your guts.
All right.
I
she
knew
can't
I
lie.
liked that guy.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm running out of patience.
He doesn't.
She is frightened.
Okay. So what do you know about this box and how did it have anything to do with the poisoning?
All right.
Frightened in the
I
zone
don't-
of truth.
I don't know. I don't know. Just keep him away from me. All I did was they gave me a box back in the village and they said they were the Scourge.
So you worked with the
They were the
Scourge.
Sargovans. Yes, there was a Sargovan patrol. They came to our village and they told us
Okay.
they told us that we had to pay.
I need witnesses for this. So the Sargovans came, asked for a box to be delivered.
Yes, they knew they've been extorting us for a long time, but we're a merchant village, and we've been able to pay. It's been so it's the same ones that always extorted us. And they came by and they said, "Are you going to Bresk?" And I said, "Yes, we're going to Bresk." And then they gave me this box and they said, "You need to deliver this to this person in Bresk." And I said, "Okay, fine." And they said they would waive the cost, our vig this month, and if I did this thing. So I said, fine, I would do it.
To what person?
A guy named, hold on. You have to look back on my notebook where the name is.
I'm holding.
Okay. So I'm getting witnesses to this, especially the guards, because I want someone else to hear this. If we can take this back
A guy named Jaius.
as proof that
Can you
the
spell that for
Sargovans
me?
smuggled something in there.
Jaas, I think.
Jace.
Yes, but he wasn't. He's not Scourge. I don't know if he's even Sarkovan. He was a half orc.
Okay. But the Sargovans muscled you into doing this.
They've been extorted. We've had to pay the Sargovans, a monthly fee to stay in business so they wouldn't burn down our village. And we paid every month. And they came to us this month, and they already knew we were putting together a wagon to Bresk, and they said, if you take this box, we'll waive the fee for this month. And I said, okay, fine. Why wouldn't I?
Okay. But we got witnesses that Sargovans basically strong-armed her to smuggle something into where the king was. If we can get this information or any of these witnesses back to the king, that should put a huge damper in his trust for this to let the Sargovans through.
Yeah. And the name of the guy who had something to
And we
do
got the
with
name
it.
of the guy.
Jaius.
Like I
Yes.
said, I want to make sure that as she's doing this, I'm making sure at least the guards that we're taking back all hear her say this. So it's not just a bunch of strangers
No.
saying, hey, this is what we found out from her. People that he should trust are witnessing this as well.
So they are mad at her. So the other hobbits hear this and they are angry with her, and they were like, "What are you doing? You got Steve killed for this? Because of this? Are you crazy? What have you done?" And they're like, and she starts crying again. She's like, "I did it for the village," that kind of thing. It's like, "You got Steve killed because you got the Talons after us." And she's like, "I didn't know that was gonna happen. How can I know?" And it was like, so they're all arguing now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How many guards are still alive?
2.
All but one.
Well, 3.
I'm sorry, all but 2.
3 guards.
The
So
first
the
one-
one
the
in
first
the
one
one
we
in the
shot.
pit, and then the commander,
Yeah.
And then the guy who was almost killed by Wraith.
He wasn't almost killed.
Well, he didn't. He was
He was bleeding out.
he hadn't bled out yet.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten away with it was the meddling cleric.
Middling kids. Um,
So
yeah,
drag the commander into the zone of truth.
Okay.
what are you gonna ask him?
I'm going to verify that he heard it, he understands it, and he's going to
And he has the same assumption.
relate it as he heard it. So
And if we take if we take him to his king, is he going to accuse us and have us killed?
right. There he is.
You've killed two members of the he's like, look, I understand what you're
No,
trying to do
no,
here, but
we
you've
didn't
killed.
kill two members.
Well, then these hobbits have to come in with us.
Oh,
If they did the killing,
we're definitely bringing her in.
Yeah.
well, who killed my lieutenant?
Yeah,
And the guy that
he had a heart attack.
Let's be yeah, that's it. That happens. That yeah, because heart attacks leave big holes with arrows in them, and these guys. And the other horseman remembers that you shot him, Wraith.
Yeah. Because you
Yeah.
attacked one of us when we were trying to help.
That's no excuse. We're the lawful authority here. He goes, look, I understand that you have me at a disadvantage, and you could slay me just as easily as you slayed that woman over there that apparently did nothing. But
No, like I said, Wraith took her off to do that.
look, let me make a deal.
Hmm.
You leave us be. You let us gather up our horses. We'll give you our money, and we just let us go.
We don't want your money.
Wait, aren't you brigands?
No,
They said you were brigands. He points at the hobbits.
we are not brigands.
And you said they were criminals.
They are criminals. You
One
proved
of-
it yourself.
One of them.
Only
Is,
that one.
one of them is.
Guilt by association. That's how we do things in Brest.
Okay. If you're going to be small-minded, this is not going to go well for you.
Look, he goes, I don't want to end up dead, but I've got two dead men here and no prisoners. We were
Well,
supposed to bring her back. We
you
still
have
mean
three.
to.
You have 3 more men. Yes?
Yes. Two
So
more
are
than me.
You're going to make decisions that will help that cause. Because at this point, you're pushing me into a corner. It would be better for me to just kill the 3 of you
See,
and
I
go
knew you were
back.
brigands.
You're in a zone of truth.
That's true. He says, look,
You know that's a lie. So you can't say that. I'm telling you the truth. I'll actually step into the zone of truth with him.
And
all right.
and forego your save.
Yeah, I don't need a save. Your
All right.
obstinance is pushing me to a place where it would be more convenient for me and my group to kill you and your men, and then go to speak to your king with the information that the Scourge and the Sargavans did this by bullying and intimidating Hobbit traders to deliver a box that they had no idea what was in it to a Sargavan agent in your city. Now you can either help me make your king understand it was the Sargavans that did this to his family, or you can try to be this idiot who's so obstinate on rules and restrictions and blah, 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 that I have to stand fast and my orders were, and you could do all that. You're going to tell me you're going to do that or not. And if you stick to the fact that you're going to do that, I have no problem with killing you. And your people. Go back to your king with the rightful truth. Tell him the bigger picture that he needs to understand of who executed his family, and do him right.
All right. So you get the impression that he's sympathetic to this point. He says, look, he says, I agree with you. If this Hobbit gave poison to the Sargavans and they use it on my king, then they are truly guilty and should be punished. And if I can, I will be instrumental in that. But here's the thing: I have to answer for 2 dead men, and I don't know how to do that without putting you guys in the jackpot. How do I do that? Do I just ignore it? Because it's going to be asked. And let me tell you something else. You don't understand how it is in Brest right now. He goes, everyone is a suspect. The king is not in his right mind. He's laden with grief.
That may
Can't
be
we
true.
just tell him they died in the line of getting the truth for him? That it was
That may be
unfortunate?
true. But at this point, we know the name of the agent of Sargava that did the deed. Or at least the one who received the parcel from the unwitting bullied accomplices to get it done. We
And
can
if
give
we-
him that.
I'm pretty
If
sure
we'd
there was
not, if we'd not stopped you guys from killing this person, then we would not know any of this. So, I mean, what we did was correct. We stopped you
Yeah,
from
but-
basically killing
yeah.
the person who has the knowledge that the king needs to know exactly what happened. So he doesn't support Sargava to let an entire army across this country and destroy everything for you people.
And
I mean, we're on your
I'm
side.
pretty sure.
You
I'm
get
pretty
the
sure this
impression.
Sargavan woman is the one that killed your men.
You're not in the zone of truth, I apparently.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, so the one horseman saw Wraith shoot him.
Oh no,
because
no.
he-
We'll admit Wraith shot him,
Okay.
but he attacked him just because he attacked one of us, and Wraith just thought they were trying to murder us.
So here's what. So
But
he's like, all right,
we
here's.
healed, but we healed him.
So he goes like, the guy says, look, I have no wish to die, and I have no wish to see any more killing, and I wish to see justice done. Here's what I can promise you: if you untie me and mine will go back to Brest, and tell the king's representatives, the people we work for, what has transpired here today. But I can't leave anything out. I'll tell them what we found. I'll tell them about the box. I'll tell them about the hobbits. I want to bring that hobbit back with me.
Will you tell the king that we stopped you from killing her?
Yes.
And that in the middle of that happening, that's what happened with one of your guys.
Yes. I will tell him the story as it happened. You have my word.
Well, it's that, or we kill them all and say they got killed while we were.
Yeah. Aaron's not okay with that. Even though he would do it, he's not okay with that.
Do we have an arrangement? Can you live with that? And he's looking right at Wraith.
The difference
I was
between
gonna say,
you,
we didn't attack anyone who didn't attack one of us first. So yeah, we did kill the one guy, but it wasn't until he attacked us.
I will tell it so. And I will not embellish it to make you look bad. But I
Okay.
must tell my superiors the truth.
Yep.
My name is Commander Hrelk.
He's saying that in the zone of truth. I'm good with that.
And I must take her, and he nods to the hobbit. I must take her
Yes.
back with me. She needs to stand to the Inquisitor. She needs to stand with the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
And you'll tell any
why is that?
No, she doesn't.
you've proven yourselves that she's guilty. She was a part of it. She needs to
She was
tell
an
her story.
unwitting participant.
Well, then she'll have a
You do
chance
your
to tell
best.
her story. I will
Yeah.
guarantee her safety
I mean, at that
between
stage,
here and Bresk. I can't tell you what the Justicars will say or what they will do, but I will see to it that she lives to tell her tale to the legal
in
authorities.
my opinion, that's the best we can hope for.
You've already told us the situation in Brest.
Yes,
They're paranoid.
yes.
I think we
Well,
have to let
the
it go
king
back.
is. The
They're
king
not
is.
likely to hear truth. They're likely to kill everybody. As if that solves something.
The king may be paranoid, but he's not a murderer. He's my king, and I believe in him. He's been a good king to us for many decades, and I'm loyal.
I'll
Yeah.
look over to Arendar. This guy's a zealot, just like the Scourge.
But I still think she needs to go back.
I don't agree,
Mhm.
but if that's what you want to do,
I don't
okay.
want to send her back, but I think this is best for our overarching situation.
I think they'll harm her with no cause because she was strong armed by the Scourge into delivering a box. She had no idea what the contents were. I think that will be enough for them in their paranoia to execute her anyway.
Well, if this guy's faith in his king is well placed, then I see that she was just, there's probably still gonna be a punishment, but hopefully it won't be harsh because she didn't know what,
He's gonna kill her.
she didn't know what she was doing. The Sargovans are the real thing, but her there saying the story is gonna add validity to the fact that the Sargovans are the bad guys and don't let them come through your land.
Are you confident in that?
No, but I think it's I think it's the best course of action.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the only other course is to kill them all and then
Right.
bring the Hobbit to the king and try ourselves to convince him. And
Which
we're
I think is
strangers.
gonna be much better coming from his captain.
See, okay.
So basically, I mean, this guy's like so he's a member of the king's talons, which are sort of not secret police, but certainly like the King's Guard kind of thing. But
Yeah.
he's not necessarily the commander of the entirety of it. He's the commander of this squad.
Right.
Right.
The only thing, the only thing I have a problem with is I don't see any reason for this intermediary, this ignorant intermediary, to be drugged back and take the chance that the king is just too far gone. In his
She was
paranoia.
not ignorant though. I mean, she
Yeah,
was
she knew she did
complicit
something wrong.
in doing something incredibly bad. So I mean,
I don't think she knew she was.
she shouldn't be killed for it, and I don't think any real court would kill her. I mean, she's just going to end up in prison for, for
Right.
being an accomplice to murder,
Right.
basically.
He's crazy.
I mean, if you don't know that you're doing bad, but you still do bad, it's like manslaughter versus murder. It's,
Right. That's kind of
Court system in that town, do they use a court system?
John, I can't hear you.
we can barely hear you.
Do they use a court system there where we're going back to, where the King's Stepping Guard is? Do they
Sure,
use-
the King's
they do?
Justice, absolutely. They have a court system.
Well, then he's
Typically,
got a better chance. I think Gordon's right. If it was just going back to the king, he's nuts. He's over himself, He's
Right.
going on. But the court system
But
probably.
But at this stage, I think it's better. It looks better on us if we let them take her back. Because even if she does end up getting put to the chopping block, we're not just trying to save one person here. We're trying to save all the elves, all of
thousands.
we're trying to save. So I don't like it that she's going back and she doesn't have good odds, but it's not a guaranteed death sentence, and she will be helping save all of the elves, our whole town. There's no telling how many more people, if this army gets through here.
And if we're gifted with anything, we could, we could always use that as a bargaining chip to free her.
Okay.
I mean, the other thing is if you want to help her, it does put us on trial at the same time, but we can, instead of going to where we were headed, we can go straight to the king with these guys and try and get in there and.
Without
Well,
Gallo?
My only
We-
concern is that if we don't go there with them and we end up getting outlawed,
Yeah.
we're going to go try to have an audience with this king, and he's just going to execute us basically if we don't know what's going on.
Balin says we could skip Gallo and go directly there with these guys.
Who said that?
Balin, the
commander?
ambassador, the guy
Mhm.
that you met in Sequin that you're traveling
Well,
with, that you're
what's
accompanying.
his take on this, since he knows the ambassador stuff better than us? Would it be
He's-
better to go?
He goes,
Well-
"This is a bad situation,"
Yeah.
but well, it might make sense if we go straight there. We'll
Do
at
we
least
know
be
what was
at the
in the
very least.
wagon at this point?
Yeah, I mean, so there's essentially trade goods. There's a lot of things of dwarven manufacture, things furniture, some small furniture, tables, chests with brass fittings, things that hobbits wouldn't necessarily be able to make, but dwarves could. There's also a small chest Ono found that has about 200 gold pieces worth of in silver coins and ingots, and with a lock that a little lock chest. One assumes it's the difference between what they brought and what they're leaving with, but but the back of the wagon is filled with dwarven handicrafts. It gives every indication, Eric, it gives every indication that that they are merchants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You out, Eric? You take it off?
No, I'll, how late were we planning to go tonight?
Oh, until
I'm trying to get it done as quick as possible. I just wanted to get, since we were at the tail end of this, I wanted to get this questioning done while it's still fresh.
Agreed.
That's what's
Agreed.
going
You know
on.
what? I'll hang out to resolve the questions and answers.
We should be almost done.
All good.
Yeah.
Is the merchant still here?
yeah, the other hobbits. So four of the other hobbits and Steve are sort of standing around. They seem as shocked as anyone to learn that that Beckhoff has done this, with the thing, and they're sort of like, now they're of the opinion. So at first they were like, when you guys first came upon the scene, they were like,
Yeah.
"You're not taking her."
Right.
Now they're like, "Well, if you got to take her back to Bresk, I guess you gotta," that kind of thing. So
Well,
they
they're gonna
seem-
go too, right? They're gonna have to go too. The guy's not gonna
well,
let them go.
well, yeah, not after attacking them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in worse shit.
Yeah,
than
at least two of
honestly.
them.
Yeah.
Two of them can get in the cart and go back because they didn't do, but two of them did murder.
Yeah, actually, it's these two right here that never
It's the
attacked
two
anybody.
that are in the web. Those two actually murdered the guy after.
Yeah,
They're
they'll
not-
have to, and he'll say that they have to come back with us. They killed a member of the King's Talons. They'll have to stand trial for it. They'll have to face the Justicars. And they did it, he remembers, after you told them not to.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. And I'm okay with that. So two of them can take the cart with the rest of their stuff and head back to town.
Which they say that they are planning to do.
Okay.
That they will. They've got to get back. They've got to get this money back to their village, which needs it. And they have to get back so they can sell these dwarven handicrafts.
And actually, if we're going with these guards, then since they just have horses and they don't have a wagon or a cart with them, we
Mhm.
can tie these guys up and throw them in our cart and just travel with them.
Okay.
So we can help them get the guys back as kind of a show of
Good faith.
good faith. We're helping,
All right. He says, we'll have to stay here tonight. I have to bury my comrades. But then we'll leave in the morning.
Okay.
And so have you guys decided you're gonna go straight to Bresk then, rather than to Duke Gallows Castle?
Yeah, if that's what our
Can we send a messenger to Duke Gallo just to let him know what's going on?
well, he wasn't expecting us, was he?
No, not especially. But
Yeah.
Balin would tell you, the Ambassador Balin would say, "Look, I'm a friend of Duke Gallows, and I can, it's okay to not be expected."
Right.
But
But I mean, I think he was one of the few people that we thought would ally with us. So
Yeah,
I
he
think
was-
needs to know what's going on.
Yeah, he was
That-
going to be an easy button, which is why we were going to start there.
Yeah, I just want to let him know what's going on, just so he's aware that we're going to the king to try to argue in his favor to stop this army from going through his land.
Yeah.
how would you let him know?
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, we don't really have anybody extra, maybe the ambassador, but he's going to want to go with us, right?
He would say he almost has to, because ultimately it's him that's going to have to. I mean, you'll get to say you'll be part of it, part of the discussion, because you guys will are in large part representing Sequin almost as much as Ambassador Balin is. But it's Balin who's going to get it's Balin's reputation that's going to get you guys the audience.
Yeah. Can the commander have one of his or two of his guys go?
Go to Gallows?
Yeah, to talk to aren't they all linked together with the king? Isn't that, I mean, this is a big thing.
These
We're
guys
talking
are part
about
of
a
the
huge
King's
army.
Men, not
Yeah.
fellows.
So
Right, but it's one big loose knit organization of people, right, that are working together.
Well, it's kind of like the FBI. We're traveling with the FBI, and we're in Kentucky, and on a Kentucky highway with Kentucky State Police. They're all law enforcement, but they're not the same. Not the same organization. They don't report to the same people.
so you guys are like here. You've just entered the Bandu, and you're sort of taking the path around to get to Duke Gallows Castle, which is here. So you're kind of close. You can't just cut through there, though, because of the way the mountains are set up. You have to kind of follow this path. What Commander Hrelk is basically saying is like, look, let's backtrack this way along the edge of the mountains and up to Brest to here. Let's go straight back.
Well, if we backtrack, if we see someone on their way there, we see someone with any kind of official, not just a regular caravan, but any kind of official people heading up, maybe we could leave a note with them or have them pass it on.
To Gallo?
Yeah.
It's pretty
we see one of his patrols that are heading back towards town as we're going away from it or whatever.
Where are these halflings going, Les? Are they could they leave us a message or take a message to somebody?
They were heading back out into these hilly lands out here. This area is where a lot of those halfling villages are.
So they're going the opposite direction. Well,
Right. Remember, you ran into the halfling children you ran into were like right here at that pink
Right.
circle.
Yep.
And then
Are they
the city of Cookham is here.
and I'm trying to remember, wasn't that city like abandoned or something?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah,
So so the city of Cookham basically the elves had said that they've evacuated them.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is what it is. We'll have to.
Yeah.
I think it's more important we go to Brest than we meet Duke Gallo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll at least be somewhere to prep for less.
Should we take the body of the Sargavan agent with us?
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
You mean the innocent woman passerby?
No.
According to Ono?
Your use of that term is retarded in the strictest sense, not demeaning.
No, we not do anything with her body because we let her go.
Not demeaning
her go.
mentally challenged people.
All right. So next time we play, you guys will be headed to Bresk to get an audience with King Steppengard and explain to him or try to convince him that Sargava may have been responsible for the death of his family.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay,
All right.
excellent. Thank
Is
you.
the
Yeah.
guard I killed going with us?
No, they're going to bury him that night. They're going to bury him out here.
No, the one who got resurrected, got brought back by us.
Oh yeah, they're coming. Yeah, they're coming with everybody. Everybody's coming together.
Okay. Throughout the trip, I'm just going to keep looking at him.
He's not going to like that. All right, we good?
Yep.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, you bet. Thank you guys. This was awesome. I hope you guys had fun.
Staying late.
Yeah. Night.
Night all.
Good night.
Right. See
All
you
right,
later.
Good night,
bye, guys.
everybody.